up and away. It's Cody Scajari to lead things off for Utah tonight. He'll be followed by Cody Davis, who's playing second base and batting second. Max Schumann batting third. He's the designated hitter for the Utes. TJ Bennett, the first baseman, batting a cleanup. Weiler Smith will get the start in center, batting fifth. That one swung on and chopped. Fair ball down the left field line, a base hit. Coming over is Sean Moish into the corner to play the carom, and he misplays it. Jogging into second base with a leadoff stand-up double is Cody Scajari. So the Utes already threatening here with a man on and nobody out in the top of the first.
Yeah, so if you're the University of Utah, that's a start you're hoping for. Kind of a bad hop there. Actually, as you said, Jordan, a chopper over the head of the Wolverine third baseman. Zach Sless there down into the corner, bobbled by Moish in the outfield, and the leadoff two-bagger here for the Utes as they've got a man in scoring position already.
Just to finish out that batting order for the Utes, it's Hunter Simmons batting sixth and playing left. A.J. Young, the catcher, will bat seventh. Josh Rose in right field will bat eighth. And Biss Larson will round things out in the ninth spot for the University of Utah. So, just like that, Nelson into the stretch. Scajari with his lead at second base. The Wolverines straight away defensively. And now a wild pitch all the way to the backstop. Scajari rounds third and will stop there. So Devin Nelson a bit scatterbrained right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Dave Carter, the pitching coach for the Wolverines, come out and have a little chat with him. So really not a worse start. Could have, or I should say, not a perfect start for Nelson to begin this game. Far from it. A double and now a wild pitch. So it's 1-0 to Cody Davis. Righty on righty matchup here. Fastball outside, and it's 2-0. A overcast, windy night here in Orem. Gale force winds, I might say, James, blowing in from right field. We will not see a lot of long balls tonight if that wind continues. The pitch, that one swung on and fell back to the screen. A fastball that Cody Davis was right on. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to him.
When I talked about Utah won the earlier season meeting up at Smith's Ballpark in Salt Lake between these two teams, 7-3. The all-time series is pretty close. Utah leads it, however, 25-18. I mean, these two teams have had some good battles over the years.
A man on, nobody out, no score, top of the first. Now the ball gets away from Rainier. Staying at third base, though, is Scajari, and the count is 3-1. Run around the diamond defensively for Utah Valley. It's Seth Rainier behind home plate. Riley White at first base. Grayson Bogdan at second. Cam Zollinger, shortstop. Zach Slesk getting the start at third base. Sean Moish in left field. Jordy Hart in center. And Craig Brinkerhoff in right. So 3 balls, 1 strike the count here to Cody Davis. Scajari with a small lead at third. From the stretch, Nelson throws. Fastball swung on and fouled away down the right field line, and the count is full. Slesk, the last time we saw him out there for UVU, it was Thursday afternoon in Sacramento. He had Friday and Saturday off as UVU was not hitting in the first 2 games of that series, and they changed the order around, tried to mix things up. He's back out there today, though. 3-2 on the way. Fastball missed outside. So not end of the world there for Nelson. A walk with a man on third base will set up the double play. However, now you have to face Max Schumann.
Okay, Max Schumann, the designated hitter, will step to the plate for the Utes, hitting .229 on the season. No homers, but 10 runs batted in. And hitting in the 3-hole of the lineup. He's trying to drive in a run here to put the Utes on the board. We're early in this one here at Brent Brown Ballpark, just underway. A scoreless game, top of the first inning between the Utes and Wolverines.
Well, Schumann should see some good pitches to hit. He's a left-handed hitter. Now he's ready. Nelson from the stretch, the pitch. That one swung on, popped up. Off to the left side giving chase is Slesk. He's going to run out of room over there as that ball lands onto the grassy berm that extends from the Utah Valley dugout on the third base side all the way around to left center field, where the fans can sit on that berm here at Brent Brown Ballpark. So 0-1 to the left-handed hitting Schumann. TJ Bennett, the first baseman, who has 18 RBIs this season, waits on deck. He is also a left-handed hitter. The pitch to Schumann coming. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Swung on and missed. A curveball got him out front. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there from Devin Nelson. As you said, got Schumann out in front of that, swinging through and missing. But Jordan, you'd love to see Nelson here. I mean, kind of off to a shaky start here. Gave up a leadoff double, got runners on the corners, gave up a walk. But let's see if he can battle back and get Schumann here. He's ahead of him 0-2.
Throws over to first base, back in diving safely is Cody Davis. Davis does have 4 stolen bags on the season in 7 attempts. No balls, 2 strikes the count to Schumann. Right here, you could play with Schumann a little bit, maybe throw a ball down and in, but should it get past Seth Rainier, it would mean a run for the Utes. The pitch, runner takes off from first. Coming up throwing, but the ball slipping out of his hand is Rainier, so stealing second base is Cody Davis. A big stolen base, as now there are 2 men in scoring position, and the wind has gotten so bad here in Orem, it's picking up dirt and dust and even a piece of paper flying across the infield. We have Candlestick Park-like conditions early on.
Hey, you can really see the flag out in center field. It's just whipping from right to left field right now. I mean, the wind is really blowing across the field. But Jordan, I'm glad to be here in the booth here tonight.
As am I. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to the left-handed hitting Schumann. Now Nelson steps off and wipes his eyes. You can see the hitters. In fact, Skajari at third base took time out after that stolen base to just get something out of his eye. 1-2 the count. No score. Top of the first inning. Utes, Wolverines. The 1-2 pitch. Taken down low in the dirt. No, he went around. So a strikeout. Throw down to first as the ball came out of Rainier's glove to complete the strikeout. And there's 1 away, and that's a big one for Devin Nelson.
Yeah, that really is. I talked about it just a few moments ago, how big it would be to come out and get Schumann, the 3-hole hitter, here, and that's exactly what Nelson was able to do. Beautiful pitch, kind of went down in the dirt, and Schumann went around too far. The umpire said he went around, swung at it, and with the ball in the dirt, Rainier had to fire a strike down to first to complete the out, and that's exactly what the Wolverines did, as there's 1 away here in the first.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Here's TJ Bennett with first base open. He has 18 runs batted in, batting .265. However, waiting on deck is Weiler Smith batting .238. Doesn't have near the power that Bennett does. First pitch to Bennett. Fastball swung on, fouled away off to the left side and over the rooftop. And it's 0-1, so right there, Nelson comes at him.
Yeah, you're talking about TJ Bennett, the first baseman, leads the Utes in RBIs with 18 and slugging percentage. Tied for the team lead in hits and doubles. I mean, this guy has kind of done it all for Utah offensively this season. So a big situation for the cleanup hitter here for the University of Utah.
No balls, a strike to him. 2 men on, a man out, no score. The pitch. Swung on and hit well to left center field. Jordy Hart playing it well. He'll catch it. Tagging at third is Skajari. Here comes the throw. It's offline. In fact, it'll be cut by Rainier. The wind really pushing that ball. However, Cody Skajari comes in to score on the sacrifice fly, and the Utes lead it here in the first 1-0.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Bennett, knowing the situation. If he's able to put a ball in the air, especially with the wind like this, is Jordy Hart, the Wolverine center fielder, actually played that ball very well as he kind of was shading him towards left center field with the wind whipping that way so heavily and was able to get over there and make the catch. It looked like he made a strong throw, but I mean, his throw really got taken in the wind and went way up the line at third base, but Rainier, the catcher, made a nice play to get it before it went in the dugout.
That wind blowing, gusting, I should say, in from right field. The pitch swung on and missed at a first pitch breaking ball is Weiler Smith, and it's 1 strike to him. Weiler Smith this season, a .238 hitter, 9 runs batted in, no homers for him. So a man on second base, that is Cody Davis. 2 outs in the inning. The Utes lead 1-0. Smith, a right-handed hitter with a wide open stance. Nelson in the stretch. He throws. Fastball, high and away, and it's 1-1. The Wasatch Mountains beyond left and center field are shrouded in dust and clouds and whatever else that may be that's up there.
Gunk.
Just garbage. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nelson, the senior out of Spanish Fork, comes set below the waist. Now he comes home. Breaking ball just misses a bit outside, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Smith. Hunter Simmons waits on deck. Devin Nilsson, the midweek starter for Utah Valley, The last midweek start he made was against Brigham Young. Had a great night as the UVU beat BYU in Provo. Devin Nilsson actually pitched into the ninth. In fact, that one swung on and sliced foul onto the rooftop on the right side, and it's 2-2. So Nelson, should he get out of this one with just one run coming in, he may feel a bit grateful. He's one strike away from that right now. Davis on second base. Weiler Smith at the plate. They count 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0. Utah leads it here. Top of the first inning from Brent Brown Ballpark. Playing very, very shallow and right with the wind blowing in is Craig Brinkerhoff. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on, line foul again. That was a changeup at 74. And interestingly enough, Weiler Smith was behind that. Fouled it off, kind of maybe got jammed a bit and fouled it off to the right side.
And those speed pitches like that, especially at 74, you expect the hitter to be ahead of it and maybe pull one foul. But that one, you're right, Jordan, he was well behind and just got a piece of it to foul it off to the opposite field.
Davis with his lead at second. Fastball, high and away, just missing again, and now the count is full. Playing very deep in left field is Sean Moish. A short porch in left here at Brent Brown, only 305 down the left field line. 312 down the right field line, 408 straight away center field. Nelson bent at the waist, right arm dangling, now comes set. Playing behind the man at second is Zollinger. That one, a swung on base hit into center field. Jordy Hart was playing deep. He'll have to come around. Here comes the throw. It will be not cut up. The tag. Did he get him? He's safe, says home plate umpire Blake Jensen. Rainier tried to apply the tag as the ball from Jordy Hart in center field was thrown up the third base line. He didn't get him. So 2-0 Utah on a base hit off the bat of Weiler Smith.
And that was a real close play at the plate there, Jordan. And I mean, it was hard to tell from up here. We're right behind home plate here at Brent Brown Ballpark, and hard to tell if Rainier was able to swipe that tag back and get the runner coming home, Cody Davis, or not. The umpire said he didn't, that he missed the tag. But I mean, a real bang play at the plate. And Davis scores. It's 2-0 Utes.
Here's Simmons. First pitch to him, misses down low. So we don't have the benefit of a television replay. However, usually if Rainier or any catcher gets a piece of somebody, they'll argue quite a bit with the umpire should he make the incorrect call. Rainier didn't complain at all, so you have to assume that he was safe. Blake Jensen, that home plate umpire. 2-0 Utah. Here's the pitch. Fastball, down and away again, and it's 2-0. So Nelson having a hard time right now getting ahead of hitters. Hunter Simmons in the 6th spot right now in the top of the first inning, hitting from the right side. Simmons only hitting 189. 4 runs batted in, no homers for him. Smith with a short lead at first. The pitch. Fastball down and away, not close. 3-0 now. Nelson swipes at the baseball, obviously frustrated out on the hill, and now will take time and rub it up.
Jordan, a few pitches ago, I was going to talk about how Nelson was a pitch away from getting out of the inning, giving up just 1 run. I mean, after giving up the leadoff double, walking the second guy, doing a nice job trying to get out of it, but he gave up the 2-out hit. Utes scored their second run, and here he's on the verge of walking another batter.
3-0 pitch is right there. A fastball down the pipe, and it's 3-1. So, Weiler Smith at first base, he singled in a run. 2 outs in the top of the first, 2-0 Utah, as you just mentioned, James. The catcher, A.J. Young, waiting on deck. 3-1 coming from Nielsen. Runner takes off. Fastball misses low, and he walked him. So a fastball not close, and now 2-on again. This time for A.J. Young, the 7th hitter to come to the plate for the Utes in this top of the first.
Time's going to be called, and Utah Valley pitching coach Dave Carter will make the slow walk out of the Utah Valley dugout.
As we have a lefty getting warm out there in the pen.
I wonder if that's Patrick Wolf, the freshman, would be my guess.
It is.
Jordan got the binoculars out to double check.
But now, James, I don't need him with those eyes. You can't miss Patty Wolf warming up in the pen. The kid out of Reno. But Dave Carter, the pitching coach out there now with the meeting with Nelson. Talking to Dave Carter before the ball game, I asked him, I said, how key is it just to get that first pitch over for a strike? And he said it isn't doesn't matter all that much if you go 1-0. The key is to not go 2-0. He goes, as long as you can throw a strike in a one-ball count, that's fine. But right now we've seen Nelson with a lot of these hitters in this first inning go 2-0. Couldn't get one of the first 2 pitches over for a strike. Let's see what he does here. A.J. Young, a right-handed hitter, straight up. 2 men on base for the Utes. They lead by 2 here in the top of the first. 2 men out. The pitch. Fastball high and away. 1-0.
A.J. Young, the catcher here, batting for the Utes. It's his first game in his first time playing in the last 16 games. He missed 16 games with a concussion, I believe. Was out with an injury. Getting the start here behind the plate for the Utes tonight.
Nelson does not want to load the bases. 1-0 pitch. There's a pretty curveball that falls in there for a strike, and the count's even at 1-1. Nelson will come with the fastball, curveball, changeup. He has a slider he'll occasionally use. In some trouble here in the first. 2 men on, 2 men out. It's the Utes and Wolverines. Devin checks the runners. Now he throws. Breaking ball right there on the outside corner. Another curveball. Strike 2. 1-2 now to Smith. Or nice. Young, I should say. I beg your pardon.
Nice pitch there by Nelson. A nice job to get ahead of Young here. Let's see if he's able to finish him off. It's 2 men in scoring, or 2 men on the base pass for Utah. Another in scoring position as Utah leads 2-0 here in the top of the first. Nelson trying to pitch out of the jam for the Wolverines.
Hunter Simmons on first base. Weiler Smith at second. The 1-2 pitch coming from Nelson. Taking his time out there. Now steps off the rubber and will do it all over again. He looked back. Smith to second base. Everybody straight away for the Wolverines as the wind continues to gust in from right field. Playing very shallow out there in right is Craig Brinkerhoff for UVU. Nelson comes set. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and he strikes him out. His second strikeout of the inning and the third out, but the Utes strike. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It's the Utes 2, the Wolverines. Coming up, you're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on 960 AM and WolverineGreen.com.
UVU fans love their athletics. But did you know that they love to stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites across the street from UVU? Yes, that's right. With La Quinta's Bright Side Breakfast, free wireless internet, workout room, heated indoor pool and spa, great rooms, and friendly staff, what's not to love? Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
Hey Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
2-0. Utah leads it as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Jordan Bianucci alongside James Warnick. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening for Utah Valley Baseball on the radio. For UVU, Jordy Hart will lead things off. Then Seth Rainier will bat second. Sean Moish in the 3 spot. Mark Kruger, designated hitter, in the cleanup spot. Riley White will bat 5th, playing at first base. It'll be Craig Brinkerhoff getting the start in right and batting 6th. Grayson Bogdan at second base, batting 7th. Zach Slesk at 3rd, batting 8th. And Cam Zollinger will round things out in the 9 spot for the Wolverines.
For Utah, it'll be the sophomore right-hander Brett Helton getting the start. Helton, I was joking with Brooke Frederickson, University of Utah's, of course, SID for baseball before the game, saying, is Helton related to Todd Helton? And she was saying no, but his dad actually, Barry Helton, played college football for Colorado, was an All-American, and then he went on to play in the NFL for the San Francisco 49ers for a few years, was a punter, and won 2 Super Bowls for the 49ers. So Helton's got good genes, you might say, taking the ball for Utah here tonight.
First pitch fastball from him in there for a strike to Jordy Hart. Helton will come with an 87, 88, upper 80s, I guess you could say, fastball, working a slider and a changeup. Working from the far right-hand side of the pitching rubber, he throws. Fastball misses away, and it's 1-1. That one at 90 on the radar gun. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jordy Hart.
Helton 2-3 win-loss record, 3.60 ERA. It's his 7th start. Opponent's hitting just .255 off of him, so he has some good numbers for the Utes.
1-1 pitch. Hart takes down low, another fastball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Hart hitting .253 on the season, 2 home runs and 13 runs batted in. The speedy center fielder hits from the right side. Working from the windup, Brett Helton. The kick, the delivery, a chopper to second base, playing it nicely as Cody Davis throws to first, and there's 1 away. So a routine ground ball. Davis throws to first, and here's Seth Ryanier with a man down in the first for the Wolverines.
We haven't gone over the Utes' defensive lineup yet, have we? For Utah, we talked about Brett Helton on the mound, the sophomore right-hander behind the plate doing the catching. A.J. Young. At first base is T.J. Bennett. Second, Cody Davis. At shortstop is Cody Scajari. At third is Biss Larson. In the outfield from left to right, Hunter Simmons, Weiler Smith, and Josh Rose.
Helton hiding his face behind the glove, now in the windup. Chopper, third base side, a great diving grab by Larson. He gets to his feet, throws across the diamond for the out. What a play by Biss Larson at third base. It was a chopper down the line, and he dove headlong into foul territory. The ball had crossed the bag. He came up with it and made a great throw to complete the play. Wow.
Wow is right, Jordan. I mean, what a play by Biss Larson. It was a kind of a chopper right down the third base line, and Larson had to dive a high dive, reaching up over his head. Was able to grab the baseball, get up to his feet, and fire a strike over to Bennett at first base to just get Ryanier at first for the out.
Larson 6'2", and he used every inch. A big swing and a miss here from Sean Moish. 1 strike the count to him. The switch hitter hitting from the left side against the righty, Helton. So nobody on, 2 men out, 2-0. Utah leads Utah Valley. We're in the bottom of the first. That one swung on, popped up, left side, shallow left center. And now kind of carrying towards middle deep, waiting, and now making the grab is Hunter Simmons. And just like that, the inning is over. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the second. It's 2-0 Utes.
Stay ahead of the game. Know your opponent and understand your assets. Leveraging technology to manage the flow of information is key to the success of any business and organization. From multifunction copiers and printers to sophisticated software programs, Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. Rethink documents. Rethink information. Think Les Olson Company. Visit us online at lesolson.com or any of our 7 locations. Les Olson Company. Your business empowered.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade. Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Devin Nelson back out on the mound for the Wolverines. First pitch fastball misses away to Josh Rose of the Utes, and it's 1 ball, no strikes to him. Rose, a left-handed hitter. The Utes lead it here in the top of the second inning, 2-0. From the windup, Nelson delivers. That one swung on and popped up. Third base side giving chase is Slesk. He's going to run out of room. That ball landing up on the plaza level above the berm, and it's 1-1. I could have said concourse there, James, but the plaza level sounds so much more sophisticated, doesn't it?
You got to change things up.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
absolutely.
next time you'd say the concourse level.
The concourse level sounds like somewhere some hoodlums might hang out. The plaza level now. Now there's some fine fans up there. Some rooters. Fastball in the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Rose. I'm not sure why on the plaza level it's 19-12, but that's the way they talk there. The Utes put up 2 runs in the top of the first inning. The Wolverines went down in order in the bottom half. Top of the second here. 1 and 2, the count to Rose. Rose hitting 178. The pitch, little curveball that he fouled off his right foot, it looks like. Right ankle, maybe. And we'll do it again. The count remains at 1 and 2. Rose, the 8th place hitter, followed by Biss Larson. Then we're back to Cody Scajari in the top of the order for the Utes. Quite a few fans on hand here tonight at Brent Brown. Maybe 1,000 or so. Ballpark holds, if you include the berm and standing room, over 5,000 seats, or rather it holds 5,000 people, not 5,000 seats. The 1-2 pitch from Nelson. That one swung on, chopped to the right side. Ranging to his left is Bogdan, and he plays it off his chest, and it's an error. He couldn't come back with it. It's just a chopper there, not a high chopper. Bogdan looked to have it, and it came out of his glove. So an E4, and Josh Rose is at first base.
It kind of took a little bit of a tough hop at the last minute there on Bogdan. But, I mean, a play he should still be able to make. I mean, kind of, as you said, Jordan, a slow chopper. He ranged to his left, was right there. It popped up on him a little bit, but, I mean, you got to make those, and he is credited with the error.
The thing was that he had it. It wasn't that it did take a bad hop, but he played it nicely and then just dropped the baseball, kind of came off him. The man at first base is Rose. Now Biss Larson, the shortstop, at the plate, hitting from the right side. Fastball swung on and missed. Runner takes off. Throw down to second. The tag. He's out. What a throw from Seth Rainier behind home plate. And that's how you get some momentum back on your side if you're Utah Valley. So a strike, and then he threw him out by maybe 6 inches a foot. Not a real close play, but not easy for Seth Rainier. Great throw.
Yeah, great job by Rainier there behind the plate, just firing a strike down to Bogdan, covering the bag at second base there, and they're able to gun down Josh Rose trying to steal second.
0-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop diving to his left, he has it. Zollinger to his feet, throws to first, got him. Cam Zollinger with a defensive gem there. Diving to his left and getting to his feet to make the play. So we've seen a great play from the third baseman for the Utes, Biss Larson, and now we see a great one from Cam Zollinger at short.
Cam Zollinger for Utah Valley, the transfer from the University of Utah, and actually just became eligible for the Wolverines a couple of weeks ago. They thought he was going to have to redshirt this season. Was able to get his eligibility status secured here just a couple of weeks ago, and has started at shortstop and doing a nice job, and a fine defensive play there for the Wolverines.
First pitch curveball to Cody Scajari misses down low, and it's 1-0. So this inning could have been a nightmare. It started out that way for UVU as Grayson Bogdan made an error at second base that allowed Josh Rose to reach with nobody out. Here's a curveball that almost hits Scajari, but breaks in there. Not over the plate, though. It's 2-0. But then the very next pitch, Bill Kinneberg and the Utes being very aggressive. They sent Rose, and he got gunned down, and now a great play at shortstop from Zollinger, and the Wolverines look good with nobody on and 2 out right now. The pitch, fastball right there on the outside corner, strike 1, and it's 2-1 to Scajari.
Yeah.
Go ahead, James.
Oh, sorry, Jordan. You can kind of feel, as you talked about, you kind of feel the momentum shifting a little bit in the Wolverines' favor. The Utes jumped out to that 2-0 lead in the top of the first, and Wolverines committed the defensive error. You thought, oh, things are going to continue to go Utah's way, but Utah Valley here kind of responding and made a couple nice plays and gunned down the runner trying to steal second, and nice play by Zollinger at short. And so let's see if Nelson can finish off the inning here and get Scajari.
2-1 slider. This is down and away, so now it's 3 balls, 1 strike to Cody Scajari. Scajari opened up this ballgame with a double down the left field line. 3-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. Chopper down the left field line again. Base hit. A nice attempt from Zach Slesk at third. Scajari will stay put at first base with a 2-out single. It was almost like the same ball he hit back in the first, however, just not quite hit as hard The ball he hit in the first chopped over the third baseman's head and rolled all the way down to the left field wall, as unlikely as that sounds. Right there, the ball, just a chop in front of the plate, gets over Slesk's head at third base, and a man on here for Cody Davis.
Yeah, maybe Scutari's onto something there, Jordan, with a couple just pounding the ball into the dirt out in front of home plate, and he's got himself a couple of hits for it as he's popped it over the third baseman's head a couple of times.
Fastball misses way outside to Davis. It's 1-0. Yeah, the old Detroit Tigers Ty Cobb team. That's what they did. They packed that dirt really hard out in front of home plate, I should say, and then hit it into the ground on purpose and just beat out infield singles. 1 ball, no strikes. Throw over to first. Ooh, close play, but back in diving safely is Scutari. He was dancing over there. Scutari on the season. 3 stolen bases. He's been thrown out twice. Davis, the right-handed hitter, waiting. 1-0, the count to him. Nelson comes set. Throws over to first again. Now the ball gets away from the first baseman, Riley White. Just a ways. Now he'll throw to second. It rolls past, or I should say skips past, Bogdan. Luckily, Cam Zollinger, the shortstop, was backing up the play. He fields it, but in there on another error is Cody Scutari. He's at second base with 2 outs. We'll see. That has to be an error on Devin Nelson.
They're waiting to see the official scoring.
And it is.
It is an E1. I thought Riley White probably should have been able to catch that ball, but I mean, it took him into the runner a little bit, and his glove kind of hit into the runners and tried to catch it, and they give the error on Nelson, the pitcher.
Now a base hit would most likely score a run as a breaking ball misses high and away, and it's 2-0 to Cody Davis. So the Wolverines playing a bit maniacal right now. They're all over the place. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 men out. Man on second base for the Utes. They lead it 2-0. Now a ball misses high and away, and it's 3-0 to Davis. Schumann waits on deck. So Davis, who walked in his first plate appearance and came around to score, he's up there now. Schumann, who struck out, is a left-handed hitter on deck. 3-0 pitch. Fastball way up high, not close. So Davis in there with a second walk, and here comes Max Schumann. Patty Wolf, I should say Patrick Wolf, and Patty, the lefty up there in the bullpen down the left field line for the Wolverines, getting loose, getting set in case Nelson gets into some real trouble. 2 men on, 2 men out. Top of the second inning, 2-0, the Utes lead here. Nelson peers in from the stretch. Checks the runners, now he throws. Fastball, down and in, and it's 1-0. Schumann, the designated hitter, at the plate for Utah. Batting at .226. Batting .235 with runners in scoring position. The 1 ball, no strike pitch coming. Now Nelson jumps off the rubber, looking back the man to second base. Scutari dived in there, but no one was there to take the throw. Devin Nelson, the right-handed senior on the mound for the Wolverines. Checks Scutari. Now the pitch. Missing down low again. And now 2 balls, no strikes to Schumann. This inning began with a Ute base runner reaching on an error by the second baseman. He was promptly thrown out trying to steal second. Then a great play at shortstop, a 6-3 put out. Then a single and an error and a walk. Now a throw to second. It's in the dirt, and it's going to hop up into shallow center field. Backing up the play was Bogdan. And I think that hits Scutari at second. He has his hands on his knees. Now he pops up. He's all right. But the Wolverines are lucky that hit Cody Scutari, or that one would have bounded into center field, and Scutari could have taken third and maybe home.
Yeah, when Nelson threw that ball to second there, I thought it was going to get away and get into center field. And it would have been Nelson's second error of the inning on a pickoff attempt, but he's lucky as it hit Scutari and just scooted behind the bag there at second.
2-0 pitch swung on and hit high but foul off to the right side. Giving chase is Riley White, but it is going to fall into the grandstand behind the Ute dugout on the first base side, and the count is 2-1. So a big strike there for Devin Nilsson. More fans filing in here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, Jordan, that last foul ball by Schumann, it looked like he really tried to unload on that ball. He had a big cut, and it looked like originally off the bat it might have been driven real deep, but he popped up underneath it and pulled it into foul territory.
2-1 pitch from Nelson. Swung on, chopper past the mound, right side, charging is Bogdan, the second baseman. He throws to first in time to get Max Schumann, and the Utes are retired. However, they get a hit, leave 2 base runners, no runs. We head to the bottom of the third. It's Utes 2, Wolverines nothing. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on AM 960, The Zone.
Hey, Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs meatball stuff.
Candy meatballs, that's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder, Firehouse meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse meatball sub. Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take one bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
The designated hitter, Mark Kruger, will lead things off for the UVU Wolverines here in the bottom of the second inning as he takes a strike. Utah leading the Wolverines 2-0. Bottom of the second. Back out on the mound, it's Brett Helton, the right-hander, working from the windup. Comes around, big late kick, the delivery. Fastball swung on and foul tipped back to the screen. And it's quickly 0-2 to Kruger, who has something in his eye. The wind gusting in from right field. And it has been since this ball game started. Kruger, if he hits one in the air, it's likely not to end well for him. Playing out in the outfield grass is Cody Davis, the second baseman. Fastball misses away. It's 1-2 to Kruger. Cody Davis is playing Kruger to really pull the baseball on the ground. A big hole up the middle, second base, and then to the right side. 1-2 to Kruger, the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop, a hopper. He has it. Skajari throws to first for the out. Gets him by a step, and the Wolverines make one out here, and it'll be Riley White.
Yeah, Jordan, you talked about that shift there by the Ute second baseman, Cody Davis, really playing Kruger to pull there. I think Kruger saw that huge hole up the middle there and kind of tried to hit that ball up the middle, but he just hit it a little bit, shaded too far over towards the shortstop, Skajari. Skajari was able to field it and throw him out.
Skajari, was playing much closer to second base than you'd normally place him. Fastball outside. First pitch to Riley White, the switch hitter, hitting from the left side against the righty, Helton. White out of Lehigh, Utah. Slightly open stance. Pitch to him down in the dirt, and it's 2-0 to White. White is hitting .228 this season, 12 runs batted in, no homers for him.
Jordan, you talk about Riley White being out of Lehigh, Utah, but a proud Pleasant Grove Viking. Played his high school ball at Pleasant Grove High School. Got to give a little shout out to my high school.
There you go, 2-0 breaking, or rather a fastball, I should say. Misses 3-0 now to Riley White. The Utah Valley has had 4 men up, and they've all been retired in this ball game. They trail 2-0. The former Viking trying to change that here. Takes a strike. Riley White thought it was a ball, getting ready to toss that bat aside, head to first, but no, says Blake Jensen, the home plate umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike. Helton peers in. He throws. Fastball swung on, a 1-hopper to the shortstop, 2-hopper, I say. He drops it. Now he can't pick it out of the dirt, and in there is Riley White on base. That has to be an error on the shortstop, Cody Scageri. So an E6. And Riley White takes advantage. He's at first with 1 out for Craig Brinkerhoff.
And the Wolverines will definitely try to capitalize here. Utah Valley, they've already committed 2 errors themselves and are lucky to have been able to limit the Utes to just 2 runs on the scoreboard as the Wolverines trail 2-0. But with the Utah committing a defensive miscue here, let's see if the Wolverines can capitalize and put some runs on the board.
White with a short lead at first base. Okay speed. Brinkerhoff, the right-handed hitter. The pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Scageri played that ball. I think it took a hop off the lip of the infield grass, and I think he thought maybe what I was thinking. It was going to be a 1-hopper to him, but then he had to play a short hop as it took a second bounce on the infield dirt, and he couldn't handle it. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Brinkerhoff. 2-0. Utah leading here. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. From the stretch, Helton, the first time we've seen him from the stretch. Fastball misses up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brinkerhoff. Craig, batting .276 this season, leads the team with 4 home runs, has 19 runs batted in. He peers into the dugout for the sign. 1-1 to him. White at first base. 1 out in the inning. Helton taking his time, now throws. Riley White takes off. Ball taken up high for a ball. Throw down to second in the dirt, and will take a hop over the second baseman, but backed up by Scageri. In there with a stolen base is Riley White.
Yeah, nice job by the Wolverines. You don't see White run very often. Just his 2nd stolen bag on the season. Now 2 for 3, but you talked about it, Jordan. He has decent speed, especially for a first baseman. White, traditionally an outfielder, has been moved over to first base the last half of this season here, but nice job to steal 2nd. Now he's in scoring position here for the power hitter, Craig Brinkerhoff.
Wind still gusting in from right field. Playing deep in left field is Hunter Simmons. Right-handed hitter. Brinkerhoff waits. The pitch. Swung on and fouled away off to the right side, and it's 2-2. The Wolverines just trying to get even just 1 run back here in the bottom of the 2nd. They trail 2-0. The Utes scored 2 runs on 2 hits back in the top of the 1st. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brinkerhoff. White with his lead at 2nd. Peering in there, really taking his time, being very deliberate out there on the mound is Helton. Now he comes set, chest high. Doesn't check the runner, he throws. Fastball down and away, and the count is full. So a fastball at 90 there, but well low and well outside. Now the count is full to Craig Brinkerhoff. Grayson Bogdan is the man on deck. Right-handed hitting second baseman. A heavy right-handed lineup for the Wolverines. Full count to Brinkerhoff. Helton checks the runner now, comes set, he throws. Swung on and lifted high and deep into center field. Going back is Smith. Smith now turning around, chasing that ball as the wind pushes it over into left center. Tagging is Brinkerhoff. He'll easily make it into third as the throw is cut off by Scageri. But Brinkerhoff moves over Riley White, I should say, 90 feet. And here's Grayson Bogdan with 2 down. I think that ball hit not with the wind blowing in, or maybe the wind blowing out a little bit. I think that gets out of the ballpark. That ball was absolutely crushed to center field, but the wind kept it in Brent Brown Ballpark and really pushed it over into left center.
Yeah, and it really kind of gave Weiler Smith troubles out there in center field. As you said, he kind of spun around. Then you could actually see from our broadcast location the ball to start tilling towards left center field at the last minute. So nice job by Smith to make the catch.
Pitch to Bogdan, right there on the outside corner. A fastball at 89. Strike 1 to him. Bogdan hitting .242 this season, 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Out of Bluffdale, Utah, you were talking about your alma mater, Pleasant Grove. Well, Bogdan went to Riverton which is my alma mater. Now a step off as White heads back to the third base bag. And no balls, 1 strike, the count to Bogdan.
Jordan, I should know this, but what is Riverton's mascot?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm blanking. I know. You're gonna be upset at me.
I am upset at you. I'll tell you after this pitch. 0-1, swung on and missed. A nice tailing slider on the inside part of the plate. It's quickly 0-2 to Bogdan. The Silver Wolves of Riverton.
I don't know if that's as good as the Viking from Pleasant Grove.
At least the Silver Wolves, they still exist.
That's right.
What happened to the Vikings?
They've moved to Minnesota.
They moved, yeah. They founded North America. I'm pretty certain.
That's right.
So that's not bad, Vikings, not bad. Man on third base, 2 outs, 2-0 Utes. The pitch, fastball misses away. I say it was a fastball. I think that was a slider that missed away to Bogdan, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. 2 out, a man on for the Wolverines here in the top of the 2nd inning. They trail 2-0. Bogdan trying to dig himself out of an 0-2 hole. Brett Helton, the righty, on the mound. He throws. Ooh, strike almost called. As a fastball just missed a little bit off the plate. All of the Utes in the field, I beg your pardon, took a step toward that first base dugout. They thought the inning was over. But Bogdan, a gutsy take there, and the count's even at 2-2.
Yeah, let's see if Bogdan can come through for the Wolverines. A base hit here would score a run and cut the deficit in half for Utah Valley.
Everybody straight away, playing a bit in the hole is the shortstop, Scajari. 2-2 pitch, swung on, little liner looping into right field. Going back is Rose playing the wind, and he will ultimately make the grab. So not an easy play. Nothing is easy with that wind gusting in from right field. So Josh Rose does make the play in F9, and it ends the inning. The Wolverines threatened. They got a base runner, but they left him there. We head to the top of the 3rd. The Wolverines trail the Utes 2-0. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on 960 AM and WolverineGreen.com.
Hey, UVU fans. What would you say if I told you you could stay in one of Utah Valley's pristine hotels for free? Well, guess what? You can. By signing up for La Quinta Returns, you can earn free nights at La Quinta. Stop by one of our many locations or visit us at lq.com. That's lq.com. Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade. Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
First pitch taken for a strike by T.J. Bennett here, top of the 3rd inning. 2-0, Utah leading the Wolverines. Devin Nelson from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses high and away, and it's 1-1. Bennett hit a sacrifice fly back in the 1st inning, part of a 2-run first for the Utes. So he has an RBI on the day. Hitting from the left side, bent at the knees. Nelson, the windup, the delivery. Fastball, strike 2 on the inside corner, and it's 1-2. The Wolverines wearing the white trousers with the green alternate tops with the Wolverine script across the chest and the number on the lower left-hand side. With the green caps with the white brim. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball missed down low, and it's 2-2. The Utes in the traditional gray with the red numerals and the Utah across the chest outlined in black. A good look for the Utes. The white sanitaries, black stirrups, 2-2 pitch. That one swung on, chopper to the right side. Bogdan has it, plays a rough hop over his head, throws to White for the putout, and the Utes' first hitter is retired.
Yeah, nice play there by Grayson Bogdan. Jordan, you talk about kind of a rough hop for him there. It hopped up pretty high. We saw Bogdan misplay one earlier in the ball game. Was credited with an error earlier, but that time was able to stick with it, kind of jump up, play the hop, and throw to first in plenty of time to retire Bennett.
Here's Weiler Smith, who singled in a run back in the first. 2-0, the Utes lead. Devin Nelson, the starter on the mound for the Wolverines, has had a rough go of it. There's a pitch taken for a strike. It's 0-1, showing bunt there and pulling it back with Smith. Devin Nelson has allowed 7 batters to reach base in this ballgame. We're only in the third inning. However, only 2 have come home. 0-1. Breaking ball down and in. And it's 1-1. Nelson has already thrown 58 pitches. He would love nothing more than a quick inning here in the top of the third. The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. And a 1-out single for Weiler Smith. Fielding it out there is Jordy Hart. So Weiler Smith is on base, second hit of the ball game, and here comes Hunter Simmons.
Yeah, Smith now a perfect 2 for 2, as you said. A couple of singles. And that one, he singled it right back up the middle. And Utah will try to tack on another run here as they lead 2-0. We're in the third here at Brant Brown Ballpark in Orem.
Yeah, that ball was hit up the middle. Back in the first inning, back in the second inning, Cam Zollinger made a spectacular play on a ball up the middle, diving and throwing the runner out. That one, though, well out of his reach. First pitch misses down low to Simmons, and it's 1-0, a fastball missing. So Smith at first base with 1 out here in the third. Smith on the season has stolen 3 bags, if I'm reading that correctly. He's been caught twice. Short lead over there, being held on by Riley White. The pitch. Slider misses low and away, and it's 2-0.
Jordan, the answer is yes, you were reading that correctly.
Got it. So, 2 balls, no strikes to Simmons. Simmons walked back in that first inning. Patient hitter. Slightly open stance from the right side. Bent at the knees. Now Nelson really worrying about Smith over there. Just shows the ball over his shoulder. Smith back to first. Defensively straight away for the Wolverines. Chopper down the third baseline, foul. And it'll be 2-1. So Devin Nelson has battled all game long trying to throw strikes and trying to get ahead in the count. He's still behind here with the count 2-1. More fans, however, have filed in as we are in the top of the third. And Willie the Wolverine out. He is, well, he's bothering everyone right now, I think, James. He's just, people are going, let me watch the game, Willie. And he's going, nah, let's do something else.
I thought you were going to comment on how sharp he was looking in his uniform, but no, you talk about he's bothering everyone.
I think he was bothering that gentleman over there, although the kids love him. I love Willie the Wolverine as Nelson throws over to first. Smith back in over there.
I know my son loves him. His favorite book that I read every night to my little son Austin is Hello, Willie.
Your son is 16 years old. It's time he reads that book on his own, James. Ball misses away, and it's 3-1. No, your son's almost 3.
He's 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Simmons. I was telling you before the ball game, we were talking about what books you read to your young son, and I said, James, you don't have to read them. I'll be glad to record them for you on a tape and send them home.
You could voice them over for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that idea.
3-1 pitch, misses well outside, and Nelson walks him. So Nelson really did not look good facing Hunter Simmons. He has his second walk of the day, and here comes A.J. Young. So now men on first and second with only 1 out in the inning. Rainier, the catcher, will head out there and have a word with the righty, Nelson. Patrick Wolf continues to throw in the UVU bullpen. So the Utes threatening here in the third. So much for a quick inning.
And Nelson had good luck against Young, though, in his first plate appearances. He was able to strike out Young. We talked about A.J. Young, just his first game back after missing those last 16 with an injury.
First pitch to him. Fastball, low and away, double steal, throw down to third, the tag, he's safe! Oh! And a safe call there, sliding in safely, head first was Weiler Smith, but boy, that was close. You'd like to see that one again.
Yeah, real bang-bang play there at third base. Head coach Eric Madsen for the Wolverines is going to come out of the dugout, trot out, and have a couple words here with the third base umpire Francisco Flores. Wants to talk things over. That was real close. The throw, it looked like they were going to have him. Kind of maybe a little higher throw. The Wolverine third baseman Zach Sless tried to snap the tag down. And from our vantage point, it's really hard to tell. It was virtually could have gone either way. It looked like
it could. The throw definitely beat Weiler Smith, and Eric Madsen is not happy. Francisco Flores getting an earful, and now Eric will head back to the dugout, but that is a huge call for the Utes here. Runners on second and third with only one out. Now they don't need a hit to score. 2-0 Utah leads Utah Valley here down in Orem. Top of the third inning. Runners on second and third and only one out. The count 1-0 to Young. Strikeout situation. The pitch. Swung on and missed. A fastball in the outside corner. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So Riley Smith and Zach Slesk at first and third, respectively, will play in. And now Slesk backing up to play for the double play behind the third base bag. Playing in the hole a bit at shortstop is Cam Zollinger, pulled to the left a hair. Playing at second is Bogdan. The pitch, breaking ball, strike on the outside corner, a pretty one, and it's 1-2. So it's interesting, Nelson can look just wild and completely out of control at times, and now in this at-bat, he just pinpoints 2 pitches right there.
Yeah, the wind has really picked up again here at Brent Brown Ballpark, kind of whipping dirt around the infield, and that flag's just whipping violently out towards straightaway center field right now.
1-2 is swung on, lifted high, but foul off to the right side on top of the Utah dugout on the first base side.
What's funny with that foul ball there, it looked like it was going to get well out of play, and with the wind blowing so heavily, it almost stayed in play. It just barely got to the dugout there and got out of play.
Something interesting now is, and we see this all the time at Brent Brown, but the wind has been absolutely gusting in from right field all day, and now it shifts and is gusting out toward right center. So a total shift, now a ball in the air as the Utah Valley outfield moves back quite a few steps. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Young. 2 men on, a man out, the pitch. Little foul ball off the end of the bat and onto the rooftop here. Young stays alive. Young hitting .279. Step out of the batter's box, and now he's ready to go. Nelson working from the stretch. Would love a strikeout here. The infield, if hit to the left side, would give up a run here, the Wolverines. Swing and a miss, he got him. A fastball down, and A.J. Young strikes out for the second time tonight with runners on. So 2 outs, and it gets a lot simpler if you're UVU. Here comes Josh Rose. Not to say that Josh Rose is not a good hitter, just to say there are 2 outs now, and you can move the infield back, and you don't have to worry about the runners at second and third. Still working from the stretch is Nelson with 2 out and 2 men on. 2-0, Utah leading. Top of the third inning. The pitch. Line drive foul, out of play. The left-handed hitting, Josh Rose. He chopped a ball to the right side in his first at-bat, just a routine play, but Bogdan couldn't handle it over there, the second baseman. Committed an error, and Josh reached first. He was then thrown out, trying to steal second. The Utes trying to add on here. They already lead by 2. Wolverine outfield deep. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line foul again. Left field line, or I should say the third base side. Line foul. And it's quickly 0-2 to Rose. So now where you have a little chance to throw one out of the strike, some kind of tease Rose here, you got to be careful because there is a runner at third. Passed ball or a wild pitch would most certainly mean a run for Utah.
Nice job by Nelson to get ahead of him 0-2 here. Try to get out of the inning without allowing any of the runs to come in as 2 men are in scoring position.
0-2 pitch. Little chop back to the mound. Nilsson gloves it. We'll run over to first base, underhand it to White, and the inning is over. So the Wolverines get out of another jam. That was a big moment early in this ball game. A hit and 2 men left, no runs for the Utes. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's 2-0 Utah. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on 960 The Zone and WolverineGreen.com.
Hey, Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com. Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Zach Slesk takes a first pitch strike at the knees from Brett Helton here as we begin the bottom of the third inning. 2-0, Utah on top of Utah Valley. Helton from the windup. He throws. 0-1 is a curveball that Slesk waves at, and it's quickly 0-2. It'll be Zach Slesk, Cam Zollinger, and Jordy Hart, 8, 9, and 1 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, the Wolverines hoping to get something going offensively as Helton's been pitching very nicely. Hasn't given up a hit here so far for the Utes.
0-2 pitch. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. A breaking ball down and away, and Slesk looked bad in that at-bat. 1 away here in the third.
Yeah, Helton continues his fine outing tonight so far with the strikeout, as you said, Jordan, 3 straight pitches as he strikes out Slesk.
Slesk, or I should say Helton, has only allowed 1 base runner for the Wolverines. That was on an error by the shortstop, Skajari. Here's the pitch to Zollinger. He lifts one onto the right side of the infield. Playing and dancing under it is the second baseman, Davis, who makes the catch. And just like that, the Wolverines have 2 out in the inning. So 4 pitches, 2 outs, and here's Jordy Hart. Not a good sign if you're a Wolverine fan. They really struggled this past weekend on Thursday and Friday at Sacramento State. Sacramento State, of course, first-place team in the Western Athletic Conference. The Wolverines come into this one 4 games behind, but they really struggled with the bats in the first 2 games as the fastball's taken high, 1-0 to Hart. But they kind of broke out of that slump on Saturday. They scored 6 runs, and Danny Bettis went 9 innings, complete game, no runs on 4 hits, and they won that one. So you were hoping it would roll over to this one tonight, but so far it has not. A bunt attempt from Jordy Hart at the last moment, trying to surprise the third baseman, Biss Larson, but he just fouls it back to the screen, and the count's 1-1.
Jordan, you were on the trip there at Sacramento State with the Wolverines last week, and Jordy Hart had a pretty good series offensively too, didn't he? I'm trying to remember. I wasn't there. I read a couple of the stories and looked back, but
yeah, he hit all right. Jordy did start all 3 games. 1-1 to him here as Helton comes around. The wind up the pitch. Ball gets by the catcher, A.J. Young. A fastball down and away, way outside, and it's 2-1 now to Hart. I have the Game 3 box score in front of me. He went 3 for 5 in that game and scored a run. The Wolverines, and that was the entire day on Saturday, was just a kind of a roller coaster for the Wolverines. They were so down coming into that game and finally broke out of that huge slump. And yeah, Jordy hit the ball well, actually. Bright spot in that series. Here's one hit down the right field line, coming a long way to make the grab near the foul line is the right fielder Josh Rose, and the inning is over. So the Wolverines, no hits, no runs, nobody left. We head to the top of the fourth. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on 960 The Zone and WolverineGreen.com.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs Meatball Subs.
King of the meatballs. That's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse Meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse Meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder, Firehouse Meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse Meatball sub. Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take one bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Game management is brought to you by the Les Olson Company. The difference between success and failure can come down to game management. Partner with the pros at Les Olson Company to manage all of your document needs. Managing the flow of information is vital to the success of any business. Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. More than paper and ink, more than hardware and technology, this is a partnership. Visit us online at lesolson.com. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Jordan Bianucci back here at Brent Brown Ballpark as Biss Larson takes a ball for ball one from Devin Nelson, the UVU starter, back out on the mound, top of the fourth inning. It'll be Larson, Scajari, and Davis, 9, 1, and 2. And to tell you all about it, it is my great pleasure to give you James Warnick.
Well, thank you, Jordan. I got to bring the play-by-play out of retirement. It's been a little while. It's been about a year. But the ball goes downstairs. It's 2-0 here on Biss Larson. Utah leads this game 2-0. We're here in the fourth on a cloudy, windy, overcast. I guess it's the same thing, day here in Orem. There's a chopper to third, fielded there by Slesk, throws to first in plenty of time for the out. And just like that, Biss Larson is retired for the second time of the evening. There's one away here in the fourth.
Well, James, the first thing to know is that's a 5-3 put out in the scorebook. I'm not sure you remember, but all of the players in the field are numbered.
I've got that there, Jordan.
Well,
I've got to clear the throat, get the voice
there
going. I've been scoring a lot of games, scored a lot of baseball and softball games here for Utah Valley as of late. Just haven't had the play-by-play opportunity. You've been stealing my thunder over here, Jordan, doing such a great job.
Oh, I appreciate that backhanded compliment.
There's a ball taken to Cody Scajari, the leadoff man for Utah. Scajari, a perfect game so far for him as he's 2 for 2, a double and a single with a couple balls that he's hit hard, or has kind of chopped down the third base line, I should say. That have bounced over the head of Zach Sless, the Wolverine third baseman, and into left. Here the ball misses. It's 2-0 here on Scajari.
This has been a reoccurring instance for Nelson all night long, falling behind hitters. It leads to trouble.
2-ball, no-strike pitch from Nelson. A chopper up the middle, and that one's going to get through. So another ball chopped from the leadoff man, Scajari. This time it's up the middle and through, and he's 3 for 3 with a couple singles and a double, and a one-out hit for Utah here in the fourth.
That really is something. Scajari has literally chopped every single ball and gotten a base hit. He's 3 for 3. Not hard-hit balls off the bat of Scajari. He really has hit them on that dirt out in front of home plate. And the first ball, I should say, was hard hit, but it was still chopped down the left field line. But another base runner for the Utes.
Runner on first, Cody Scajari, one away, top of the fourth, 2-0 Utah is our score. Cody Davis, the Utes' second baseman, will dig in. Davis looking for that first hit here this evening. He's walked twice, however, so he's been on the base pass both times with a couple of free passes. Devin Nelson, the senior right-hander, in the stretch now, takes a long look. Now he'll throw over to first. A check on Scajari, and Scajari's back safely on the bat.
No action in the Wolverine pen as we've seen Patrick Wolf, the lefty, up for most of this ball game. Just sitting down there, waiting in case Nelson gets into any more trouble. Nelson has thrown 80 pitches.
Another check at first. And back again is Scajari.
It's very dark here at Brent Brown Ballpark. You said it was overcast and cloudy. It's even more than that. There's dust in the air. It's not a superb night.
But the fans are here.
They are.
Biggest crowd of the season so far for Utah Valley. The Wolverines pitch out to Nelson. And Skajari kind of started and stopped. Got a good jump there. Maybe he saw it was going to be a pitch out, but he looked like he might have started and stopped. Didn't go anywhere. It's 1-0 here on Davis.
James, of course the fans came out. It's bat night here at UVU. You get a little wooden bat with the UVU emblem on it. I'm already getting some guff for Instagramming me and taking a bat with my bat. It's bat night. What else am I supposed to do?
I saw Clint Berge to our right here scoring the game, was kind of holding up his phone, kind of teasing it looked like, Jordan. Runner takes off. The Wolverines pitch out again. Here's the throw down the second. High throw, and he's going to be safe. Leaping up to collect the throw is Cam Zollinger. Zollinger kind of stumbled a bit, but sliding in safely at second base is Skajari. So the Wolverines pitch out, expecting Skajari to run, and he's still able to swipe second base.
He does, and he got hurt, though. I think he hit his back awkwardly, and he's still trying to walk it off there around the second base bag. He really came up hurting, Skajari did, and here comes the trainer.
The Utah athletic trainer will come out of the dugout and come and have a quick chat with Cody Skajari. It looked like Cam Zollinger might have tweaked his back a little too, but he looks to be okay. He's got his hands on his hips, so Wolverine shortstop, as he really jumped up high to receive that throw and then tried to snap the glove down to apply the tag. But it looks like everyone's okay. They wave off the Utah athletic trainer. It looked like Coach Bill Kinneberg coming out of the dugout for the Utes as well. Coach Kinneberg going for a milestone here tonight as he's looking for his 500th career victory. So hopefully he doesn't get it though, Jordan, because we're going for the Wolverines, obviously.
We're supposed to be objective, but
that's right.
But it's bat night, and you know how that gets me going, James. I get excited on whenever it's bat night. I can't root against the Wolverines.
Pitch misses away. It's 3 balls, no strikes here now on Davis. Nelson fires, and that one just misses outside. Looked pretty good from up here, but it's called for a ball, maybe a little low. It's a 4-pitch walk to Davis, the third time in the ball game that Davis has walked. He'll head down to first. Runners on first and second now for Max Schumann, the designated hitter.
Yeah, we try to be as objective as possible. However, we are the Utah Valley broadcasters, just to reinforce that objectivism. Is that a word?
Sure.
Let's use it. I think that was a ball, and Blake Jensen behind no plate. I think he's done a really nice job tonight. Been consistent back there for both pitchers. Smaller zone though, not a huge zone, Jensen.
Nelson steps off and looks back to runners. Runners on first and second here for the Utes. Skajari, good speed on the base pass. Skajari on second. Davis on first. The 3-hole hitter, Max Schumann, is at the plate. Schumann, the left-handed hitter, is 0 for 2 in the contest as he is struck out and grounded out. There's the pitch from Nelson. That one a little high and inside for ball 1. Time is called as Seth Rainier, the Utah Valley catcher, will trot out and have a quick chat with Nelson, his starter.
With Nelson almost at 90 pitches here, and we're only in the 4th with 1 out, Wolverines are going to push him as far as they can, as they have a WAC conference, or rather, a WAC series coming up this weekend against Northern Colorado. They don't want to get in real deep into that bullpen when you have to play conference games that really mean a lot this weekend, but they're going to have to go to the pen sooner or later. He has thrown a lot of pitches.
1-0 is the count here on Schumann. Nelson, the right-hander in the stretch, spins around, thinks about throwing back to second as Skajari is diving back. No throw, however, as Cam Zollinger, the Wolverine shortstop, tried to sneak behind Skajari, but Skajari was well aware that they were thinking about trying to pick him off there, and he's back on the bag safely. Runners on first and second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Nice breaking ball from Nelson, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and it's right over the plate.
Nelson really in this at-bat wanting to keep the ball down even more so than usual. With men on first and second and 1 out, a double play ball could do a whole lot for him and the Wolverines.
Schumann, the DH, hitting .224 on the season. .295 on base percentage and batting .229 with runners in scoring position. There's another spin around and check, or look, I should say, at the lead runner, Skajari, there at second. Utah Valley real worried about the runners here. Skajari with good speed has stolen one base in the game.
It was just back last inning that the Utes pulled off a double steal, I believe. So in this situation, first and second, you don't normally see the steal, but the Utes being aggressive tonight.
There's a pop-up right to the third baseman, Zach Slesk. Slesk is able to put it away. That one kind of surprised me there, as it just seemed like a kind of a half-hearted swing there by Schumann.
I think he got jammed or something right there, but yeah, that ball, an easy play for Slesk.
Kind of one of those can of corns. Usually you see those to the outfield, but that was right at Zach Slesk, a third baseman for Utah Valley, and there's 2 away, so the Wolverines will take it. Schumann pops out, and that'll bring up T.J. Bennett, the first baseman for the Utes. 2 outs, 2 on for Utah. The Utes leading this one 2-0. We're here in the 4th at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem tonight. In-state contest between Utah Valley and Utah. Nelson checks, delivers, and here's a check swing foul ball over towards the Wolverine dugout. Strike 1 here on Bennett.
Well, the Utes need a 2-out hit here with men on first and second to illustrate how Nelson and the Wolverines have really limited the damage and kind of gotten out of innings. The Utes, we're in the 4th inning right now. The Utes have already left 6 men on base. An out here would mean 8 men on base left on.
And Nelson's trying to do that again right here, trying to strand those runners. Bennett, the batter, has an RBI. Hit a sacrifice fly back in the first. He's 0 for 1, and this one's also grounded out. Here's an off-speed pitch inside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bennett batting .263 on the season. Trying to drive in a run here for the Utes with Utah leading 2-0. Nelson trying to pitch out of another jam for Utah Valley. Second meeting between these 2 teams on the season. Second and final meeting, I should say. Utah won the previous one, 7-3 up at Smith's Ballpark in Salt Lake. There's a ground ball chopped to the right side. Going back on it is Bogdan. Makes the play, throws to first in time. And Nelson's able to get out of another jam. So the Utes strand a couple more base runners. We're in the middle of 4. It's Utah 2, Utah Valley nothing. We'll be back here in a minute with more Utah Valley baseball here on 960 The Zone.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
Hey Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Well, welcome back here to Brent Brown Ballpark tonight on a windy, overcast evening, but a good evening for baseball here, as the temperature's still fairly warm, just that wind and kind of dusty conditions. But Utah Valley taking on Utah here. It's the visiting Utes leading 2-0. We start the bottom of the 4th. Seth Reinier, Wolverine catcher, will lead things off. 2-3-4 hitters due up for the Wolverines. Reinier drops down a bunt. It's a good one down the third base line. It's going to roll just foul, as Reinier tried to surprise Utah defensively there and dropped down a bunt for a hit, but it went just foul. So he'll come back with a no ball, 1 strike count on it. Reinier in the contest, 0 for 1. He grounded out to third base back in the first inning. Trying to remember, Jordan, I believe that might have been that fine play by Biss Larson. Trying to remember, I've got it as a 5-3. I should have marked it in my scorebook, but we saw Biss Larson make a fine defensive play earlier in this one. Here's a foul ball chopped on the third base side. It's 0-2 here on Reinier.
I'm looking at my scorebook, James. I know I marked it. But I'll get back to you on it.
Sounds good. Well, we were talking about Biss Larson made a really nice defensive play early in this ball game. I'm trying to remember if it was off the bat of Rainier or not. Counts 0-2 here to Rainier. Brett Helton still on the mound, pitching very well for Utah tonight. Here's a foul ball back to the screen. It stays no balls, 2 strikes.
James, to report back to you, it was off the bat of Rainier. Back in the first inning, it was actually the second play of the ball game.
It was a fine play by Larson back then.
Jordan Bianucci reporting. 960, the zone.
I appreciate the report there, Jordan. Right on top of things. Counts 0-2 here on Rainier. Batting .250 on the season. Here's the pitch from Helton. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. The umpires confer together. And the first base umpire rings up Rainier, Jared Ferens. I wasn't sure if he went around there. But they say he did, and it's a strikeout for Rainier.
Definitely a close, kind of could have gone either way there, but I think a good call from Ferens down the first base line, though the Wolverine faithful didn't like it.
That'll bring up Sean Moish now, the senior left fielder for the Wolverines. Moish 0 for 1 in this one. He flew out to left field back to end the first inning. First pitch hacking is Moish, and he fouls this out of play on the left side for strike 1.
Hacking is the apt word there, James, because not only is he swinging, he is coughing. There is a lot of dust in the air right now. In fact, if you hit a fly ball right now, sky high, you may lose it for a minute as you have the lights that are up, but after that it gets pretty gunky as we used that word earlier.
Second pitch from Helton misses away. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here on Moish. Moish hitting .282 on the season. On base percentage .371, slugging .420. Moish, good hitter for Utah Valley. Here's the 1-1. Outside, it's 2 balls and a strike here on Moish.
The zone has been consistent from Jensen. He is not giving that ball that's just maybe off the outside corner to the pitcher tonight.
One out, nobody on for the Wolverines here. Bottom of the 4th, Utes leading 2-0. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. As A.J. Young, the catcher, might have got tied up a little trying to backhand that with no one on the base pass. No harm done as that one scooted away from him. Counts 3-1 here on Moish.
With that count 3-1, should Moish see a pitch he can hit. The wind is blowing out to right. He could give it a ride right here.
Here's the 3-1 on the way. Fastball misses outside, and Moish will draw the walk. So Sean Moish will head down to first base. I believe it's the first walk. It has been handed out here in the contest by Helton.
Only the second base runner for the Wolverines. So there goes the perfect game, James. No perfection tonight for the Utes. However, the no-hitter's still intact.
That's right. Here in the 4th, Helton yet to give up a hit. Utah leads 2-0. And that'll bring up the cleanup man for Utah Valley, Mark Kruger. Designated hitter for the Wolverines. 0 for 1 in the game is Kruger. As he grounded out back in the second. Big lead for Moish at first. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a called strike with the heater. It's no balls and a strike on Mark Kruger. Moish, the base runner on first base for Utah Valley. No stolen bags for him. He's 0 for 1 as he's been thrown out trying to steal once on the season. Kruger, the big left-handed hitter at the plate for the Wolverines. Here's a check at first. Close play. TJ Bennett, the Ute first baseman, thought they might have had him over there, but called safe diving back with the head first dive is Moish.
Kruger will have to look for that slider here in this at-bat. And I know Helton really likes to throw that slider to left-handed hitters, get that ball to dive at their back foot.
Helton, the sophomore. Here's another check at first, another close play, but this time Moish back safely. Kind of no question on that one. Count remains no balls, 1 strike on Kruger. Talked about Jordan, but a good-sized crowd here on hand for the Wolverines tonight for the in-state contest between Utah and Utah Valley. Probably pushing a couple thousand people here. Here's a pitch and a line drive to second. Diving is Davis, and he makes the play. Oh my, that ball was hit pretty hard off the bat of Kruger, but a fine defensive play by Cody Davis at second diving to his right towards the second base bag, and he was able to stab it out of the air and make the play for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, what a play from Cody Davis. That was really a nice job by Sean Moish at first base, though, too, to not read it as a base hit right off the bat. He took about 4 or 5 steps off the bag just in case Davis did get it, so they couldn't get the double play, and he got back easily. But, wow, Cody Davis.
Bring up the Wolverine first baseman now. Riley White, first pitch from Helton to him on the outside corner for a called strike one. White reached base safely back in the second inning as he reached on an error. Hit a ground ball to the Ute shortstop Scajari. Scajari misplayed. And at that point, he was the only Utah Valley base runner. But here, Wolverines have picked up their second base run of the contest as Moish reached on a one-out walk. And he remains on first base as Sean Moish with 2 away after Kruger just lined out moments ago. Check on Moish, and he's back safely at first base. Count, no balls and a strike here on White. Helton, the right-hander in the stretch, taking his time, and here he delivers. Swinging a line drive, deep to right field, going back is Rose, going back, and it's off the wall. Coming around the base pass is Moish. He will score easily. White's going to make it into third with a head-first dive, and it's an RBI triple for Riley White. Nice job by the senior first baseman as that one just missed getting out of here, Jordan. Off the bat, that might have been kind of the wind aided a little bit there as that one driven well to right field. Off the bat of White, he triples and drives home the Wolverines' first run and the first hit of the game off of Helton, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, Josh Rose in right field just kept going back, and eventually he ran out of room and let it carry him off the base of that wall out there. Off the Rumby sign in straightaway right field. But, yeah, that wind got caught up in that jet stream. And now the Wolverines have the tying run at third base. And the first hit of the ball game.
Just like that, a walk earlier in the inning. An RBI triple, and the Wolverines have cut this game right. The deficit in half, it's 2-1. And Craig Brinkerhoff, the batter. Big swing and a miss by Brinkerhoff. No balls, 1 strike to him as he just missed that one there from Helton.
Craig was trying to send that one over the Texaco station across University Avenue.
I think
big swing and a miss there.
Brinkerhoff probably saw how far that ball was driven off the bat of White, and he wanted one of those. They had a big cut. Here's a ball taking downstairs, clocked to 91 miles per hour. It's 1-1 here now on Brinkerhoff.
Right now, with that wind gusting out towards right center, Rose in right is maybe a foot in front of the track. In center field, I've never seen a center fielder play that deep here in Brent Brown Ballpark. He's playing to the left of the 408 marker, about 400 feet away. Left field very deep as well.
Really respecting Brinkerhoff's power. Here's a fly ball to right field. Jordan, you talked about it, and that one is out of here. The wind blows it out. Brinkerhoff hits a 2-run home run, and it is 3-2 Utah Valley. Oh my, off the bat it looked like a routine fly ball, but that wind just really whipping out to straightaway kind of right center field. And that one off the bat of Brinkerhoff driven to the opposite field, and it got out of here. A 2-run home run, and just like that, the Wolverines have scored 3 runs and have taken a 3-2 lead over the Utes here in the 4th.
Well, that'll eat at you. If you're Brett Helton, you make a pretty good pitch, and Brinkerhoff pops it up. It was should have been a routine fly ball, but it gets in the jet stream, and it's gone.
First pitch swinging is the batter Grayson Bogdan. He fouls it out of play for strike 1.
Makes it all the more important for the pitcher to keep the ball down.
2 out, 2-run bomb from Craig Brinkerhoff puts the Wolverines on top. Before that, Riley White came through with an RBI triple to put the Wolverines on the board and drive home Moish. And Brinkerhoff drove in himself and White with that 2-run home run to the opposite field. I believe that's his 6th of the season. I'm looking 5th, I apologize. It leads the club for the Wolverines, says Brinkerhoff. His 5th home run, give him 21 RBIs as well for Brinkerhoff. Counts 0-2, however, now on Grayson Bogdan as he just fouled one back to the screen. 3-2 Wolverines. Here's the pitch up high, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Grayson Bogdan, the Wolverines' second baseman.
Well, I'll tell you, if Bogdan, the outfield playing so deep right now, if Bogdan could just bloop one into right or left center field, Bogdan with his speed, he could easily get a double, maybe a triple out of it.
Hey, you're right, Jordan. The outfielders very, very deep. You look around, left, center, right, they're all about maybe 2 steps in front of the warning track. This is a pretty deep park, especially out in center field. Here's the 1-2. Misses downstairs in the dirt, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bogdan.
Yeah, the corners, short porches in both left and right, but from there, it is deep. As you said, 427 to left center field. Really Death Valley out there. But I can't imagine just that helpless feeling if you're Josh Rose, the right fielder, going back on a ball and going back on a ball and going back and running out of room.
Helton gets the sign he wants. Here's the 2-2 on the way to Bogdan. Slice foul on a play on the right side. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No one on base for the Wolverines, but the Wolverines have plated 3 runs in the inning on 2 hits as they have overtaken the Utes and lead 3-2 right now, currently here in the bottom of the 4th in Orem.
Good at bat here by Bogdan. Really battling some pitches from Helton.
Grayson Bogdan batting .240 on the season. Here's the 2-2. Dead ball called as Bogdan fouls it off of his foot. Kind of trickled out in front of home plate towards the Ute third baseman, Biss Larson. But the home plate umpire was on top of it. Put the hands up to signal the dead ball. And the count remains 2-2 here on Grayson Bogdan. Utah Valley with 3 runs on 2 hits here in the frame. Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses just outside, and it's going to go full 3-2. Another one of those that was close that Brett Helton and the Ute defenders wanted, called for strike 3.
I'll tell you, the home plate umpire, Blake Jensen, does not appreciate the step or 2 towards the dugout on those calls.
Counts run full here on Bogdan. Nice at bat, as you said, Jordan. Helton from the windup. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing the ground ball, chopped to short, backing up onto the Skajari. He'll have to make a strong throw in the dirt, not in time, as Bogdan beats it out. And it's an infield single for the Wolverines, so the inning continues.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else Skajari could have done. He's in the hole at shortstop, not a cannon of an arm. He one-hops it to the first baseman, T.J. Bennett. But, I mean, a ball just slowly hit enough, and Bogdan beats it out. And now you have to with Zach Slesk up there. Maybe looking at the hit-and-run situation, even with 2 outs. As a right-hander starts to get loose in the pen for the Wolverines. He has a jacket on, so we can't tell who that is yet.
Zach Slesk is the batter, hitting .221 on the season. Swings to the first pitch and fouls it straight back for strike 1. Slesk in the ball game so far tonight, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back last inning. On first base with 2 away is Grayson Bogdan after he just beat out the infield single moments ago. Wolverines have scored 3 runs here. We're in the bottom of the 4th as they lead Utah by a score of 3-2. The Utes took an early 2-0 lead and held it here till the 4th as the Wolverines have come back with a big 2-run home run to take the lead. Here's a ball that squirts out of the catcher Young's glove and able to take second base is Bogdan. That's got to be a pass ball as that one kind of popped out of his glove. Looked like kind of a high pitch that kind of surprised Young and kind of squirted out his glove, couldn't find it, and taking second is Bogdan. So hopefully that might be a break for the Wolverines as Bogdan's now in scoring position.
And with the outfield playing so deep, any hit in any part of the shallow outfield will score the runner easily from second base.
Zach Slesk, the Wolverine third baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike count on him. Here's the pitch from Helton. Swinging a pop up straight back in foul territory. The count will go 1-2. Slesk with runners in scoring position. Hitting just 160 for the Wolverines on the season, but trying to come through here. Give the Wolverines a little breathing room as Utah Valley leads Utah 3-2 here currently in the 4th. Helton delivers outside. The ball is taken, and it's 2-2 now on Slesk.
Well, the last time Slesk came to the plate, besides today, well, he struck out earlier today, but it was last Thursday, and he had 2 strikeouts in that game, going 0 for 3. So he's really trying to get that bat going, and would be a great time here for the Wolverines to see that.
Bogdan leads from second. He's in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs is the count here on Slesk. Here's the pitch from Helton. Swinging a line drive to center field. Coming in is Smith. He can't get there. One hops in front of him. Coming in to score is Bogdan, and it's 4-2 Utah Valley. Jordan, we've talked about how deep the Utes outfielders are playing here in the inning with the winds blowing out, and that one stayed down enough, didn't blow out, and Weiler Smith couldn't get to it. It's another RBI hit for the Wolverines. It's 4-2 now for Utah Valley on top.
And now here comes, I believe that's Bill Kinneberg coming out.
I think it's the pitching coach, I believe, for Utah.
Is it Mike Crawford?
Mike Crawford coming out here to have a chat with Brett Helton. Helton pitched so well until here in the fourth inning. He didn't give up a hit till this inning.
And if Utah was, as we both mentioned, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, a kind of a pick your poison situation there. If you play deep, you are protecting against the double and a hard hit ball. However, any other ball that's hit in front of you, you're really going to have a hard time getting to it if it's one off the end of the bat. Like Celeste, that one landed in middle deep center field. Getting a terrible read on it was Weiler Smith, thinking it was going to keep traveling, but Celeste did not hit the ball hard at all.
Yeah, Smith kind of surprised me because, he wasn't running in hard at all, as I think he's so used to that wind pushing balls back, pushing them deeper. Kind of came in real late. First pitch swinging here is Zollinger, and he lines one to left. Coming in, however, is Simmons in left, and he's able to make the catch. A hard hit ball off the bat of Cam Zollinger into the glove of Hunter Simmons, and the inning is over, but not before the Wolverines put 4 runs on the board on 4 hits. And a big one from Craig Brinkerhoff, a 2-run home run at the end of 4. It's Utah Valley 4, Utah 2. You're listening to Wolverine Baseball here on 960 The Zone.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs Meatball Sub.
King of the meatballs, that's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse Meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse Meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week, and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder, Firehouse Meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse Meatball sub. Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take one bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Game management is brought to you by Les Olson Company. The difference between success and failure can come down to game management. Partner with the pros at Les Olson Company to manage all of your document needs. Managing the flow of information is vital to the success of any business. Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. More than paper and ink, more than hardware and technology, this is a partnership. Visit us online at lesolson.com or any of our 7 locations. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Well, welcome back here to Brent Brown Ballpark. The Wolverines scored 4 runs, kind of thanks to the wind there. And the bottom of the 4th as Utah Valley's taking a 4-2 lead over Utah here at Brent Brown Ballpark. We start the 5th. First pitch from Devin Nelson as the Wolverine starter remains on the mound. Misses inside for a ball 1 to Ute center fielder Weiler Smith. Second one, swing and a miss by Smith. Kind of fooled with a nice breaking ball from Nelson. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike now on Smith.
Well, the former Wolverine star, Goose Kalunki, his father was in the booth next to us, and he leaned in during the break and said, well, the wind giveth and the wind taketh away. So if the Utes can get one in the air here, they can blast one.
Pitch in the dirt from Nelson. It's 2-1 now on Weiler Smith. Smith in the contest, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Singled to center, he singled up the middle. Batting an even .250 now on the season. Trying to start things off here for Utah in the 5th. Wolverines lead 4-2. 2-1 swung on and line to left, and that one's going to drop in for a hit. 2 hops in front of Sean Moish, the Utah Valley left fielder. So a leadoff single for Weiler Smith and the Utes here in the 5th.
That is Smith's 3rd hit of the night. 3rd single, in fact. as the wind continues to gust out towards right field. But we'll see how long they let Devin Nilsson go here. He's thrown 93 pitches. Patrick Wolf, the lefty, is up and ready in the bullpen to come in.
Digging into the right-handed batter's box is Hunter Simmons, the left fielder. Leadoff man in the innings aboard. Smith leads from first after his third hit of the game. Pitch misses away. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Simmons. Simmons, couple of walks in this one. No hits for him so far. He's been issued 2 base on balls, a couple of free passes, hitting 189 on the season. Here's a check over at first base. And back on the bag safely is Weiler Smith.
That dust that has been blowing all around, James, all of it has ended up in the booth, by the way.
I was just thinking that. I'm touching my scoreboard or scorecard. Everything's kind of just covered in dust here. Pitch in there, a nice breaking ball from Nelson, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is what it's like doing games in Saudi Arabia.
A lot of that baseball dirt's just blowing all around. I mean, just everything's kind of blowing around tonight. How windy it is here in Orem. Time is called as a ball gets away from the UVU bullpen.
I did a year in the Saudi League one year, James, and it was, boy, they have a lot of talent over there, but you can't see the action. Just sand everywhere. It's playing on a beach.
It would be tough.
It's
tough to broadcast too, Jordan.
Yeah.
1-1 in the dirt. Coming off the bag really far at first base is Weiler Smith. He's lucky there that Ryanier, the Wolverine catcher, kind of hesitated, or he could have been able to gun him down over at first base, as Ryanier kind of was surprised how far off the bag at first Smith was. But Smith's able to get back without a throw. Counts 2-1 here on Simmons. No outs, runner on first for the Utes. Wolverines up 4-2 here in the 5th. Swinging is Simmons. That one's in foul territory on the right side. It's going to drop in foul territory. It's Brinkerhoff, the Wolverine right fielder, gave chase over towards the corner. About 10 feet into foul territory on the right field side. And it goes for strike 2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Hunter Simmons.
Yeah, the wind kept that ball up. It landed on the warning track out there. Not a lot of foul ground here at Brent Brown. Maybe what 30 or 40 feet on each side with the bullpens in play. Or rather, they are in play, but in foul ground.
Nelson steps off the rubber and looks back. Smith over at first. The Wolverines lead this one 4-2. Taking off is the runner, hit and run, and swinging in the line drive through the hole and up the middle is the batter Simmons, going first to third as he was in motion as Smith, so it works to perfection there for the Utes as that ball looked to be hit right where Zollinger normally would be playing defensively. He vacated his position to move over to cover the bag at second, and up is right where that ball was hit. So it's a single up the middle. The runner's on first and third now for the Utes as the hit and run works.
Yeah, you can't say Zollinger would have. Here comes Eric Madsen. I think Nelson's night is done. We'll see. It is. And here comes Patrick Wolf. So Nelson will head to the clubhouse. He's gone 4 innings, given up 2 runs on 7 hits. He committed one, he actually did. He committed 1 error in the field as well, throwing error.
So we're going to step aside, take a break, and we'll be back here to tell you about the new Wolverine pitcher. It's the left-handed freshman, Patrick Wolf, coming on. Wolverines lead this one 4-2. Utes are threatening, however, in the 5th with runners on the corners and nobody out. You're listening to UVU Baseball here on 960 The Zone.
Hey, Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
Let's get back to the game. Here's James Warnick and more UVU baseball on 960, The Zone.
Pitching change for Utah Valley here. Patrick Wolf, the freshman southpaw, on now for the Wolverines.
Yeah, the kid out of Reno has a 2.70 earned run average. This will be his 12th appearance. He's pitched 16 and 2/3 innings, walked 7, struck out 6. Opponents are only hitting 186 against the 6'1", 215-pound freshman out of DeMonte Ranch High School.
Patrick Wolf has lost quite a bit of weight. It's a pretty fantastic story, Jordan. I believe he's lost something like 165 pounds since coming here to Orem his freshman season. I mean, since last summer, I mean, he's just worked so hard and has been one of the Wolverines' main left-handers out of the bullpen. And I mean, he's worked so hard. He's lost that weight and been a very dependent arm out of the pen.
He has. He's been the guy that the Wolverines, the freshman, that they have trust going to in these types of situations. He will face A.J. Young with Hunter Simmons on first, Weiler Smith on third, and nobody out here in the fifth, excuse me.
4-2 Wolverines on top. As you said, Jordan, the Utes are threatening. Runners on the corners after Nelson gave up a couple of singles. So Smith and Simmons, as Smith's on third, Simmons is on first, and A.J. Young, the catcher, will dig in for the Utes. Right-handed hitting Young with the left-hander. Wolf on the mound. First pitch for Wolf in there. All right, nice pitch on the inside corner for a called strike one.
It's interesting that Eric Matson decided to go with Wolf to face A.J. Young, considering that Nelson had struck him out twice already in this ballgame, but Eric not taking any chances.
As you said, Young 0 for 2 with a couple of swinging strikeouts, hitting .273 on the season. Here's a check over to first. Back easily over there is Simmons, the trail runner. On third base is Smith. On first is Simmons for the Utes. 4-2 Wolverines is our score here in the fifth inning. The 0-1 on the way, swinging a line drive. Short hop by the third baseman. Slutz goes to second for one, over to first, and plenty of time for the double play. 5-4-3. The Wolverines turn it. A run comes in, however, and scores for the Utes. It looked like a little bit of a collision there. I missed that, Jordan, at second base. I didn't see that. If Simmons had a takeout slide or what, but him and Bogdan were both down.
I think it was a takeout slide. I didn't see it myself, though, although that's what it looked like. I think that's what happened. No, didn't look like any ill will towards anyone. That was a sensational pickup by Zach Slesk at third base. That would have scored the run from first, I think, had it gone down the line. What a double play there.
Kind of a line drive short hop that Slesk backhanded and was able to turn the double play on it. The run did score from third, however, as 4-3. First pitch swinging here is Rose. Hits it right down the first base line, but playing there perfectly as Riley White steps on the bag at first in time, and that'll retire the side. Not before Utah is able to pick up a run and make it a 4-3 game, however. A nice job by Patrick Wolf coming on in relief and limiting the damage, getting the double play ball and a final ground out to get out of the jam. And as I said, Wolverines lead at 4-3. We'll be back here at the bottom of the fifth in a minute on 960 The Zone.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs meatball stuff.
King of the meatballs, that's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder, Firehouse meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse meatball sub.
Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take one bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Stay ahead of the game. Know your opponent and understand your assets. Leveraging technology to manage the flow of information is key to the success of any business and organization. From multifunction copiers and printers to sophisticated software programs, Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. Rethink documents. Rethink information. Think Les Olson Company. Visit us online at lesolson.com or any of our 7 locations. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
First pitch of the inning in the bottom of the 5th. In there for strike 1 to Jordy Hart, the leadoff hitter up for Utah Valley. The Wolverines lead this one 4-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch in the dirt misses. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordy Hart at the plate for the Wolverines. 0 for 2. The leadoff man, the center fielder for the Wolverines. He's grounded out and is flied out in the contest. Has a 1 ball, 1 strike count on him. He's batting .248 on the season. Swinging here's a chopper fielded by the shortstop Skajari, and he'll have to eat it, as that was a high chopper that went over the head of Biss Larson, the third baseman. Nice play by Skajari to be able to backhand it and keep it on the infield. But Hart, with his speed, is able to leg it out for an infield hit.
Skajari was going to make a throw, however, he couldn't come up with the grip on the baseball, and he double clutched it, so wisely he did. He held on to the ball, but he wanted to throw out hard. Getting up in the pen, should Helton get into any more trouble here, it would be Josh Chapman, the right-hander, in the pen for the Utes right now.
So a leadoff hit for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the 5th with Utah Valley on top of the Utes, 4-3. Here's our score here in the last of the 5th. Seth Rainier is the batter. Rainier, the catcher, digs in. First pitch swing, line drive, hit right to Larson. Larson stabs it, throws to first, trying to double him off, and they've got him. Oh, my. A close play at first, and called out is Jordy Hart as he's trying to dive back to first. What a play, however, by Biss Larson. He's playing in, anticipating a bunt was Larson. A step or two in on the infield grass in front of third base. And, I mean, that was hammered off the bat of Rainier. But Larson's able to make the play and double off Hart. So they're quickly 2 away here in the last of the 5th.
Yeah, nice throw from Larson, to say nothing of the catch.
Sean Moish will be the batter. First pitch swinging is Moish, and it's a routine ground ball to second. Fielding his position is Cody Davis, throws to first in time. And just like that, the inning is over, so the Wolverines have a leadoff hit. He's erased on a double play. And at the end of 5, our score is Utah Valley 4, Utah 3. We'll be back here at the 6th inning. Here in a minute, you're listening to Wolverine Baseball on 960 The Zone.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
UVU fans love their athletics. But did you know that they love to stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites across the street from UVU? Yes, that's right. With La Quinta's Bright Side Breakfast, free wireless internet, workout rooms, heated indoor pool and spa, great rooms, and friendly staff, what's not to love? Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Welcome back here, 6th inning. as we head to the 6th inning. First pitch of the inning from the Wolverine reliever, Patrick Wolf, in the dirt for ball 1 to the Ute third baseman, Biss Larson. Larson hitting in the 9th spot of the order for the Utes tonight. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts to the left side. Cats 1-0 to him here. We saw Larson make a fine defensive play in the bottom half of the 5th just a few moments ago as he doubled off the Wolverines. It was a line drive hit sharply off the bat of Zach Slesk. Or I apologize, of Seth Rainier. It was hit off the bat of Seth Rainier, but right into Larson's glove, and he was able to throw across the first for the double play to double off Hart. 2-0. Swinging is Larson. He fouls it back, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Larson has made 2 terrific plays down there at third tonight, including one came on the second at bat of the Wolverine first, off the bat of now it's contagious, James. I'm forgetting players. Seth Rainier, of course.
He's got Rainier both times.
Yeah.
He got him back in the first with the diving play, and here he got him with a stab at double play. Here's a ground ball off of Larson's bat to the right side. Bogdan gobbles it up, throws the first in time, and there's one out here in the 6th.
You mentioned Wolf out on the mound. He's looking good. Getting warm in the pen for the Wolverines, though, is Kyle Valgartson, just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, Wolf came in a big jam last inning. There were runners on first and third with nobody out as he came in relief of the Wolverines starter, Devin Nelson. And a nice job by Patrick Wolf as he was able to get a double play ball and a ground out to get out of the jam. Only 1 run came in to score as the Wolverines still lead 4-3. First pitch swinging, Cody Skajar, and he pops it up a mile high in the infield. Backing up is Cam Zollinger, the shortstop. He'll make the catch. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 6th inning.
Well, James, on the out-of-town scoreboard this evening in WAC play, Texas and UT Pan American, number 10, UT Austin, is tied with Pan American, 4-4, that ball game in the top of the 7th. Air Force has already beaten Northern Colorado at Air Force, I should say, 11-10 the final there. The Pan American game in Austin.
To the pesky Bronx, giving the Longhorns some trouble there. As you said, a 4-4 game down in Austin.
Number 4, Oregon State.
As the pitch misses, it's 1-0 here on the batter, Cody Davis of Utah.
The Beavers took care of business, beating Sacramento State in Sacramento, 8-1 the final.
Here's the 1-0. Wolf pitching from the stretch with no one on. The reliever elects to pitch from the stretch, and he fires a fastball in the inside corner. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now on Davis.
Kansas State leading Cal State Bakersfield. That game in the top of the 7th, 8-0. Kansas State leads it there, and Chicago State up on Wabash. I don't know. I think that is in Indiana. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but Chicago State leading that one in the 7th, 10-2.
1-1 on the way in the dirt, and it's going to go 2-1 here now on Davis. Davis, he's reached base safely 3 times. Every time he's been to the plate tonight, he's walked. So here he's ahead on the count now, 2-1. And let's see if Wolf can get him and not issue him a free pass as he's reached on base on 3 walks in the game so far. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Patrick Wolf. Off-speed pitch misses a little high and away, and it's 3-1 now on Davis.
Washington, number 11 Washington, taking on Seattle. Both are in Seattle, however, it is at Seattle University's home field. That game is scoreless currently in the top of the 4th in the Great Northwest.
3-1 on the way. That one misses, and it's the 4th walk of the game for Cody Davis. You don't see that too often. We're only in the 6th, and he's already walked 4 times. He trots down to first base, so a 2-out walk as Davis is aboard, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Max Schumann.
Davis had come into this game with 19 walks already this season, so he sees a lot of pitches up there.
During that last game, we were talking about WAC action. That was a Pac-12 and a WAC game there. I mean, it's just like tonight, says you got Washington taking on Seattle U.
I do.
We might have to have you go to the Pac-12 scores here in a minute. Read those ones off.
They're the same ones, James. They're playing. I got Oregon State and Sac State.
Okay, we've got a couple of
Pac-12 WAC. I got UVU, Utah right here, Pac-12 WAC. Seattle, Washington, Pac-12 WAC.
Foul ball at home plate on Schumann. It's 0-1.
Okay, so that's all of them. If I go to I can go to the Pac-12 here. The Pac-12, Utah, of course, joining the Pac-12 just a couple of years ago. The Pac-12 is brutal, as we all know, in baseball. UCLA, who won the national championship last year, Stanford, a perennial contender, Cal, who is usually good, although they are in second to last place in front of Utah.
Here's a check over first. Back safely is Davis. You got to talk about Arizona.
Now Arizona State, and not to mention Oregon State and Oregon, who are both good. Oregon State ranked right now.
So is Oregon, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, they're all just
very, very tough competition in the Pac-12. You talk about Arizona. Arizona won the College World Series a couple years ago. Here's the 0-1. And running on the play, the pitch misses downstairs. Running on the play and swiping second base is Davis with no throw, as Rainier kind of pump faked and ended up eating the throw. So the count runs 1-1. It's a stolen base as Davis is now in scoring position. He's the tying run for Utah as the Wolverines lead just by a run here in the top of the sixth. Our score is 4-3 Wolverines.
You talk about Arizona winning the national championship. Of course, UVU beat Arizona that season. Probably the biggest win up to that point, at least, here at Brent Brown Ballpark in school history.
The Wolverines beat Arizona when they were ranked 4th in the country, were the Wildcats. Utah Valley has also defeated Arizona down in Tucson this season, and the Utes have defeated Arizona this season as well. Wolf from the stretch, 1-1. There's a line drive to left center field. It looks like it's going to drop. It is, and that's going to score the tying run. Cruising around and coming in to score is Davis. There's a throw into second. Safe at second. Oh, my. It looked like the Wolverines had him there. Schumann, trying to stretch that into a double, is able to, but a real close play. I thought Utah Valley had him from up here.
So did Grayson Bogdan, who applied the tag. He couldn't believe it.
As it was I was going to say a single. I guess it'll go as a double to left center field. But nice play out there by Jordy Hart. Got it in quickly to Bogdan with a strong throw. Bogdan applied the tag, looked to have Schumann, but he's called safe at second. The run had come in to score, so it would have counted if he was called safe or out. But we are tied 4-4 by an RBI double from Schumann.
But now if you're Patrick Wolf, you got to forget about it. As you face Bennett, you do not want to give up the lead here with the runner in scoring position. That ball certainly, a great throw from Hart, certainly beat Davis to the bag. Schumann to the bag.
Wolf with the pitch is a line drive to right. A blooper that's going to drop over the head of Bogdan. Great effort. Brinkerhoff comes in firing. It's cut by the first baseman. White goes to second. It got the out there, but the run comes home to score. And Utah does take a 5-4 lead. The home plate umpire right on top of it, pointing the run counts. The Utes lead on the RBI go-ahead single from T.J. Bennett, and it's 5-4 Utah. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth, see if the Wolverines can get their bats going once again as they trail by a run. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Game management is brought to you by the Les Olson Company. The difference between success and failure can come down to game management. Partner with the pros at Les Olson Company to manage all of your document needs. Managing the flow of information is vital to the success of any business. Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. More than paper and ink, more than hardware and technology, this is a partnership. Visit us online at lesolson.com. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
Hey, UVU fans, what would you say if I told you you could stay at one of Utah Valley's pristine hotels for free? Well, guess what? You can. By signing up for La Quinta Returns, you can earn free nights at La Quinta. Stop by one of our many locations or visit us at lq.com. That's lq.com. Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
Hey, Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student-athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student-athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Welcome back here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Utah with a couple of clutch two-out hits in the top of the sixth. The Utes have taken the lead now as they've taken a 5-4 lead over Utah Valley. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Mark Kruger, the designated hitter, to lead things off. It'll be Kruger, White, and Brinkerhoff for the Wolverines. Remaining on the mound is Brett Helton for Utah. Helton's pitched well. He actually pitched very well. Had a no-hitter into the fourth. The Wolverines put up a 4 spot in the inning. The umpire just a moment ago signaled up, I believe, as a defensive change for the Utes. We're trying to get that straightened away. I thought he pointed out towards left field. We'll let you know as soon as we get that. Jordan Bianucci's got the binoculars out, working hard on the case here. Hunter Simmons, number 28, has been the left fielder. I believe that's who the umpire pointed out to. See if we've got a new left fielder. The count's gone 3-0 here on Mark Kruger, as Helton's missed on 3 consecutive pitches. Kruger, 0 for 2 in the contest. He's grounded out and lined out. No, I apologize. I'm thinking it's the left fielder. It's a couple of infield changes. Cody Skajari has moved over. Here's a strike to Kruger. It's 3-1 now on Kruger, the leadoff man for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the sixth. Skajari's moved over from shortstop. He's at third base now, and we've got a new shortstop. Cole Taylor is in the contest for the Utes. Number 5 is playing at shortstop. Here's a pitch downstairs. It misses. Ball 4, and Mark Kruger is aboard with a leadoff walk for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the sixth. So just what the Wolverines are hoping for, to get the leadoff man aboard after giving up a couple runs to Utah in the top half of the inning. Riley White will now dig in, hitting from the left side with Helton remaining on the mound for the Utes. Kruger is on first with the walk. Riley White is the batter. White in this one drove home the first run of the game back in the fourth inning as he tripled off the right field wall. First pitch misses for ball 1 to White. It's 1-0, and out will come A.J. Young, the catcher, and have a quick chat here with his starter, Brett Helton. Jordan, we put you to work there with the binoculars. It looks like you came up with a defensive change here for Utah.
Yeah, Cody Skajari will move from short to third base, and Cole Taylor will come into the ball game. Coming out of the ball game is Larson, I believe. Biss Larson has been removed. I wonder if for defensive purposes a lot of times in the late innings when you take a lead, but Biss Larson is pretty good defensively.
There's a check over at first. Kruger's back safely with the dive. Riley White was squaring around. Utah playing in here, anticipating a bunt here with the Wolverines trailing by a run. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. In-state rivalry game between the Wolverines and Utes here at Brent Brown Ballpark. 1-0. White shows bunt once again, pulls it back, and it misses downstairs. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Riley White. Two balls, no strikes here on White. Helton in the stretch with Kruger on first. Here's a pitch outside as White pulled that bat back again. It's 3-0. White squared around, ready to bunt. But right now, Helton having a hard time throwing strikes. Is 3 balls, no strikes. Here's a 3-0 strike as White wasn't showing bunt that time, and it's in there. It's 3 balls on a strike. Jordan, I believe you've been corrected here as a defensive
I have a correction.
Clinton Berge is correcting
out.
here. Correcting you.
I saw number 5. He saw 15. I missed the 1 somewhere. Either way, Corey Hunt is at shortstop, not Cole Taylor. Corey Hunt at shortstop.
So Hunt is the new shortstop. Foul ball at home plate here by White, and it's gone full now, 3-2. So White was showing bunt on the first couple pitches. Helton kept missing with balls, and now White has been given the swing sign here. Swung through and foul tipped that one, and now it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to him. On first base is a tying run for the Wolverines. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Wolverines down 5-4. Kruger on first. Kruger takes off at the full count. Here's a high chopper in foul territory down the first base line off the bat of White, and it'll remain full.
UVU trying to stay out of that double play here, sending the runner.
it is Corey Hunt. We apologize for the confusion. Hunt is in at shortstop. Cody Scajari has moved over to playing the hot corner at third for the Utes here defensively. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Biss Larson has came out of this game.
Yeah, Corey Hunt, the in-state man out of Jordan High School.
3-2, fouled back. We'll do it again. Nice battle here between Helton and White. Our score is 5-4 Utah. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. An overcast, windy night here at Utah Valley University. Beautiful facility here if you haven't made it out to Brent Brown Ballpark. The home of the Wolverines and also the home of the Orem Owls, the rookie league affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They call Brent Brown Ballpark home in the summer. Check it first. Kruger's back safely. It stays full, 3-2 here on White.
I believe Corey Hunt, who's in at shortstop now, started that game up in Salt Lake against Utah Valley earlier this season. I think he went 0 for 3, but had an RBI. I'm looking at the old box score we have.
Payoff pitch in the dirt. It's going to be a walk to White. They throw down to second base. It gets away, and going to third is Kruger. So nice job there as that one got away. Kruger was running with a full count. It was a walk as the ball was taken downstairs, ball 4. But the throw went down to second nonetheless. And it goes into center field, and advancing on the throwing error on the catcher Young is Kruger, and the Wolverines will take it.
Well, Bill Kinneberg has come out of the dugout to argue, I'm not sure what, with home plate umpire
Kinneberg
Blake Jensen.
is heated.
He is not happy, and now he'll go back. He went back to the dugout. Kinneberg.
I don't know if Kinneberg thought the time should have been called or what, but he's very upset with the call here.
Bill wants that 500th win, James. That's all there is to it, and he's making that known.
He was kind of pointing towards second base. I'm wondering if Kruger and Davis collided a little or something.
And now we're going to have Mike Crawford, the pitching coach, come out for the Utes. We're going to take some more timeout, I should say.
So we've got a visit here, and I believe the point has been made to the pen, and we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So runners on the corners after the walk and the throwing error. Kruger on third. White is on first. And we're going to have a pitching change for the University of Utah. And now the pitching coach is very heated, yelling back at the home plate umpire. But Blake Jensen getting an earful from everybody right now.
I think they're upset about that. Maybe that full count pitch, maybe not being called. I didn't see it. I was looking through the binoculars, but was it close to you? Saw it?
I thought it was low. It looked low from up here.
Well, the Utes disagree. I think that's what they're talking about. But you go ahead, James. I'm sorry I interrupted you there.
So we'll keep this break here with you as we've got a pitching change. Tell you about the new pitcher that's on. But Utah, as we talked about, not the Utes coaching staff, Coach Kinneberg, and the pitching coach for the Utes there, a little upset as well.
Well, James, I
is
think
Mike Crawford.
Sorry to interrupt you, James. More information that I'm getting from Clint Berge, our SID, the official scorer here. I think the Utes wanted a catcher interference call on the throw down to second, or rather a batter's interference. I'm sorry, an obstruction call, I guess you would say, on Hunt's or Young's throw down to second base. The batter would have been Riley, or what it was Riley White, and took a ball. I'm not sure. Riley White, being from the left side of the plate, though, would have had to step in front of the plate, not make a natural move as a right-handed hitter would towards first base walking. He would have had to step the opposite way, which I didn't see happen.
You know,
go ahead,
Jordan,
James.
when you say that, I didn't think of that, but yeah, I think you're probably right. Coach Kinneberg and Coach Crawford here very upset, and I believe you're probably right. When I watched the play, I don't know if Riley White knew that it was ball 4 as he just stood there. It wasn't as he was kind of just standing and watched the throw go down to second, and they probably are right that because the batter's supposed to try to get out of the way a little bit of a throw, and
well, it happened so quickly.
Maybe he might have leaned in a little. I didn't notice that, but I mean, Coach Kinneberg, he might think that's the case, but
all I know is that Clint has borrowed my binoculars a couple times, and now looking at his computer, he's on Amazon buying new binoculars. they just in game had to make a decision. That's why he's Clint Berge, and that's why he's the boss.
The pitching change has been made. Call to the bullpen for the Utes. It's going to be Josh Chapman, the right-hander, coming in for the University of Utah, coming in to replace Brett Helton. Helton's pitched well in this one, pitched very well early. Didn't give up a hit until the 4th inning and is on top of the scoreboard here, 5-4, but the Wolverines are threatening. The batter is going to be Craig Brinkerhoff here for Utah Valley. Jordan here in a minute. Let me go over some numbers. First pitch swinging is Brinkerhoff. Blooper over the head of Hunt, the new shortstop, into center field. And that's going to score a run. We are tied at 5-5 as Kruger comes home from third. Brinkerhoff first pitch swinging out the reliever Josh Chapman. And a little blooper into shallow center scores the run. And we are tied 5-5. Brinkerhoff kind of done it all in this one. Had a big 2-run home run back in the 4th. And here gets the bloop single RBI. Grayson Bogdan will come to the plate. Jordan, tell us a little numbers here on Josh Chapman, the reliever.
Josh Chapman's 10th appearance here did not start well. First pitch, base hit, RBI. He has an ERA, however, of 4.15. He's 2-0 win-loss. He's thrown 17 and a third innings, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponents are hitting .277 against the right-hander, and actually a little higher now.
Grayson Bogdan is the batter now for the Wolverines, the second baseman. He shows bunt real early. Corner infielders coming in. Time is called. And I believe, let's see if they call a balk or if they're going to call time first.
Time was called by the catcher. They wanted to make that very
I believe the third base umpire was Francisco Flores was going to signal a balk, but the home plate umpire, Blake Jensen, came running out saying no time had been called first. Runners on first and second. Grayson Bogdan showing bunt at the plate here. Nobody out. We're tied 5-5. Pitch outside. Bogdan pulls the bat back, and it's 1-0.
Well, that throw down to second by Young that scooted into the outfield and allowed allowed Kruger to reach third, that looms large because that was a bloop hit just over the shortstop's head. He would have had to freeze on the play at second base, but with that bloop, he did freeze at third base and still scored easily.
There's a bunt, and they go to third, and they get the out. The lead runner is throwing out there, so not the best bunt there. Jordan, you can help describe it. I apologize.
A nice play by the pitcher, Josh Chapman, to jump off the mound and get to that baseball. Close play at third, but being thrown out and erased from the base paths is Riley White. So if you're the Wolverines, a completely unproductive out there, Bogdan couldn't get the job done.
A nice defensive play there by Chapman, bouncing off the rubber, making the play, throwing out the lead runner. There's one away. Runners remain on first and second now with the batter, Zach Slesk, the third baseman, coming to the plate. 5-5 is our score. The Wolverines have tied it up here in the inning. First pitch swing is Slesk. He slices one to right, and that's going to drop in near the line. One run's going to score. Coming around and scoring easily is the lead runner on the play. It's Brinkerhoff coming in to score. It was White was thrown out at third moments ago. So Brinkerhoff comes in to score. It's 6-5 Wolverines on the RBI hit off the bat of Zach Slesk.
Yeah,
the second RBI hit of the game for Slesk.
Slesk didn't hit it hard. Just a little bloop off the end of the bat down the right field line that found some grass. But it'll look like a hard hit ball in the box score tomorrow morning. And another RBI for Zach Slesk, as you said, James. UVU not really scorching the ball there, just doing what has to be done. That wind just still gusting out, and the outfield playing deep, although not as deep as we've seen them in previous innings. That ball, no one really ever had a shot to get to it.
So the bloop hit works for the Wolverines. It's 6-5 Utah Valley. The batter is Cam Zollinger, the former Ute, now has transferred here to Orem and playing for the Wolverines. The shortstop is down on the count 0-1 as Chapman, the reliever, just got a strike in there. Runners on first and third for Utah Valley, one away. The Wolverines have scored 2 runs in the inning. They lead 6-5. Bottom of the 6th. Zollinger drops down a bunt, and it's out in front of home plate. Fielding it is Young. He'll snap a throw down to third, and it scoots away from the third baseman as he's trying to catch the runner off of the bag too far.
Not a good decision from A.J. Young. The catcher popped up, had the baseball, had a shore out at first base. Had he thrown hard to first base, and the runner tried to chance it from third, taking home. Who is that?
Is that Bogdan? I think it's Bogdan. Slesk is on second.
That's right, because Bogdan reached on the fielder's choice. I apologize. But Bogdan is speedy. Young, however, I think would like to have that throw back. Just take the sure out, get 2 away, and you have an arm at first base that can come home and get Bogdan. Bogdan, though, put himself in a good position there. Just off the bag enough to bait a throw.
And I'm surprised as you are that Young didn't go to first there. We both thought he could have had the sure out.
It was an absolute sure out.
Off the bunt of Zollinger.
Instead, it's a fielder's choice, I believe.
I'm waiting to see the official score, what the official score gives it, but I think they might have given it a hit. Gave it a hit. It is a bunt single, as reaching first safely on the play was Cam Zollinger. So the bases are loaded. Jordy Hart, the leadoff man's the batter. Here's a foul ball off the bat of Hart towards the Ute dugout, giving chase is Bennett, the first baseman. He just can't get there as it's blipped over too far out of his way. And the Cats 1-1 here on Hart. Big situation. Wolverines leading 6-5. We're in the last of the sixth. The Wolverines have already plated 2 runs home in the inning. And they're on top 6-5, but looking for more. Bases full of Wolverines. Jordy Hart is at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Chapman and Hart, the count's 1-1, and Chapman, the reliever, will step off for the Utes.
The Wolverines do not need a hit here. All Jordy needs to do is really hit the ball in the air, and the wind will take it deep enough to easily score a run on a sacrifice fly.
Action's brewing out in the Utah bullpen. The left-hander's up and warming for the Utes, as Chapman struggling a bit here in the inning for Utah. He was replaced, or he came in to replace Brett Helton, who pitched here into the sixth. But the Wolverines have already plated 2 runs home, have the bases loaded, looking for more on their home field here at Brent Brown Ballpark.
Well, there's a righty in the pen, I believe. I think that's Luke West out there, and the lefty we're still working on.
1-1 in there, and it's 1-2. Nice fastball from Chapman, clocked at 89 miles per hour in the outer half.
Well, obviously a significant moment in this ball game with 1 out and the bases loaded. The Wolverines leading by 1, but this is interesting in the grand scheme of things, as the Wolverines in the past series overall have not taken advantage of these situations.
Definitely trying to capitalize here. Here's the 1-2, well outside. With the fastball misses Chapman. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for Utah Valley. A left-hander and a right-hander up and warming for the Utes in the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Jordy Hart. In the stretch is Chapman. He's set. Here's a 2-2. The ground ball to the left side. Past the diving and stopped there by Hunt deep in the hole at shortstop, but everyone is safe. Past Skajari is what I meant to say. The third baseman dove at it, missed it. Hunt picked it up deep in the hole. Hart beat it out, and a run comes in to score on the infield hit. It's 7-5 now, as a well-placed ground ball off the bat of Jordy Hart gets the job done.
So the Wolverines just doing what they have to do to get runs home. That has to eat at you if you're Chapman.
That's a
or
second.
Excuse me. If you're Chapman, they're not a hard hit ball, as you were about to say, James. I mean, 2 runs off. That one just placed perfectly in the hole between third and short.
The second infield hit of the game for Jordy Hart. And he picks up the RBI. Swinging at the first pitch here is the catcher, Seth Rynier. He misses on that one. It's no balls and a strike. Rynier in the game is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, struck out, and lined into a double play. He's hit the ball hard a couple times as Rynier, and a couple fine plays by Biss Larson at third base to retire him. Larson has since left the game.
James, we were trying to see who it was down there. It's Hunter Rodriguez getting warm for the Utes.
Hunter Rodriguez, I believe you said the right-hander is Luke West, is that correct?
I believe so, yeah. They're down, and you're looking through the net here from our booth, and it's kind of hard to see the numbers, but if I had to put a bet on it, I'd bet on West.
Count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Rynier. Bases loaded still here for the Wolverines. Utah Valley has pushed home 3 runs as they lead 7-5 here in the last of the 6th. Rynier swings and fouls it back to the screen. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes on it. Rynier, the catcher, hitting .244 on the season. With the bases loaded, however, he's batting .500.
Still only 1 out, as you said, James. If Seth Rynier can just get one in the air to middle deep, the outfield, a run should be able to come in to score for the Wolverines.
In the on-deck circles, Sean Moish. Rynier up there with the 1-2 count on him now. Here's the pitch from Chapman. Swung on and fouled straight back into the backstop. It remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Rynier right on that one. Valgartson continues to get warm for the Wolverines in their pen. Right field playing fairly shallow in right is Josh Rose. Playing deep in center and deep in left is Smith and Simmons.
It's kind of surprising how shallow Rose is playing out there in right with the center fielder and left fielder being deep.
Any ball over his head will clear the bases.
1-2 swung on and missed. Nice heater blown by Rynier there as Chapman reached back and fired and was able to strike him out. So there are 2 away. Bases remain loaded, and Sean Moish will step up.
That's a huge strikeout from Josh Chapman. You did not want, any ball hit, unless it's a ground ball, double play ball, strikeout was what you wanted in that situation. Now the Wolverines do need a hit or an error on the Utes' part to get a run home.
2 men are out here. Bottom of the 6th, Utah Valley has scored 3 runs in the inning as they've come from behind to take a 7-5 advantage. The Utes led this game early 2-0. The Wolverines scored 4 in the 4th to take a 4-2 advantage. Here's the pitch to Moish in the dirt. Just squirts away just a few feet from Young when he's able to get to it quickly and keep the runners at bay. Utah Valley took a 4-2 lead in the 4th. Utah then chipped with a run in the 5th and took the lead in the top of the 6th with 2 more. The Utes led 5-4 as we entered the bottom of the 6th, but the Wolverines have put up a 3 spot so far in the inning as they lead now 7-5.
Moish, the 9th man to hit in this inning.
Here's the 1-0 to Moish. Outside as that one misses away. It's 2-0 on the 3-hole batter, Sean Moish, the left fielder for the Wolverines. Moish 0 for 2 in this one. He's flied out and grounded out. He's also walked and scored a run. Scored the first run of the ball game for the Wolverines back in the 4th inning. He was plated on a Riley White triple. Counts 2-0, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up out into shallow, or I should say medium range left center field. The wind blows that one well back. Going back on it at the last minute, it's Hunter Simmons, and he makes the play. So the wind gave that one trouble. Simmons stayed with it, made the play. Wolverines lead the bases loaded. Do score 3 runs, however, here in the 6th inning. At the end of 6, it's Utah Valley 7, Utah 5. We'll be back here in a minute with more UVU baseball here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
UVU fans love their athletics. But did you know that they love to stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites across the street from UVU? Yes, that's right. With La Quinta's Bright Side Breakfast, free wireless internet, workout rooms, heated indoor pool and spa, great rooms, and friendly staff, what's not to love? Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Wolverines lead this one 7-5. We enter the 7th inning after Utah Valley put 3 runs on the board in the last of the 6. New pitcher for the Wolverines, 3rd pitcher of the contest, the sophomore right-hander, big righty, 6'4", 225-pound right-hander out of Provo. It's Kyle Valgartson. Valgartson 0-1 win-loss record, 6.38 ERA. It's his 14th appearance on the season. He's pitched 18 1/3 innings of work. Opponent's hitting right around 300 off of him. He will first face the batter Weiler Smith, and to tell you all about it is Jordan Bianucci on the play-by-play.
Thanks very much, James. 7-5, Wolverines lead by 2 in this high-scoring affair. which has been affected a lot by that wind blowing out. First pitch from Valgartson, down and low. I should say down and in. I beg your pardon. 1 ball, no strikes to Weiler Smith. It'll be Weiler Smith, Hunter Simmons, and A.J. Young to hit in this inning. Smith, 3 for 3, 3 singles on the day. 1-0 pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a fastball up around the lettering of his uniform, and it's count is even at 1-1.
Weiler Smith, the batter for Utah. Perfect 3 for 3 with 3 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. So he's had a great game offensively for the Utes.
Valgartson working straight from the stretch. Nobody on the base paths. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses away. I say breaking ball. That one was clocked at 88. May have been a fastball just blown away. 2-1. The wind blowing toward straight out center field just about right now. Wolverines straight away defensively. Fastball up high. Checking his swing was Smith. And it's 3 balls, 1 strike. So Valgartson, the worst thing you can do here really, except give up a extra base hit, is just put Weiler Smith on walking him. Valgartson comes set, below the waist, now swing and a foul back onto the netting, and it will roll back behind the backstop, and the count is full. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. The Utes 5, Wolverines 7. 7 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Wolverines. 5 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Utes. The pitch, swing and another foul back to the rooftop. Count remains full.
Jordan, we've talked about a couple times tonight. Utah now trailing, and the Wolverines are trying to avoid giving up the 500th victory for Coach Bill Kinneberg. The head coach for the Utes is in his 11th season at Utah. That record overall includes a few years at Wyoming, when Wyoming now doesn't have a baseball program, but back then they did.
Payoff pitch, swung on, popped up, foul, right side, giving chases Riley White, the first baseman, and he'll make the grab right in front of the Utah dugout. I thought that one was going to get out of play, but it hung up there for Riley White, 1 away in the inning. Here comes Hunter Simmons.
And another one of those where the wind kind of held it up and helped the defense there as White was able to get to it and make the catch. Talking about Coach Bill Kinneberg, so we talked about 11th season at Utah. It's his 19th season overall. I believe he coached 7 seasons at Wyoming, and he also coached a season at UTEP. But the career record for Coach Kinneberg, 499 and 504. So he's had a very successful career as he's in his 19th season overall.
That pitch lined into center field. Coming in, though, is Jordy Hart. Because of the wind, it hangs up there for him. And Hunter Simmons is retired. He scorched that ball. And normally, I think that one would have fell in front of Jordy Hart if the wind were not a factor. That one just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Hart, playing deep, was able to make the grab coming in into his left. So 2 outs now for A.J. Young. A.J. Young, who committed the error last inning, that led to so much grief. Here's a ground ball to Riley White. Plays it off his chest. He's chasing it over to first, and he got him. He underhanded it, barehanded it to Valgartson, covering, and the inning is over. So the Wolverines jump out of the dugout, excited after those defensive plays, and the inning is over. No hits, no runs, nobody left. We will stretch here in Orem. Stretch with us as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Wolverines leading the Utes 7-5.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs Meatball Sub.
King of the meatballs. That's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse Meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse Meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder. Firehouse Meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse Meatball sub. Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take 1 bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs. founded by firemen.
Hey, Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
First pitch is up high to Mark Kruger, a fastball missing from Josh Chapman. 1 ball, no strikes to Kruger. Jordan Bianucci, James Warnick with you here at Brent Brown Ballpark as we head into the twilight innings. The lights have taken full effect now. Wind still blowing out here in Orem. 7-5, Wolverines leading the Utes. The pitch, that one swung on and hit well to right center field. Rose on the move to his right. It's going to hop the wall out there. One hop it. He plays the carom. Kruger into second standing with a leadoff double. Kruger got a hold of one, and I think Kruger just hit that ball very well. I'm not sure how much the wind helped it. It didn't get up very high. Kruger just crushed it. A line drive into right center field. One hop the UVU alumni sign just beneath the scoreboard out there, and he's at second with nobody out.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Jordan. I don't think that one was aided too much by the wind, as it was a line drive rocket out to right center field. That Kruger one hopped off the wall there. Big time for the Wolverines to get a leadoff hit here in the bottom of the 7th. In scoring position is Kruger, as the Wolverines are trying to tack on a couple of insurance runs here.
So
leading 7-5.
You have to assume in this situation they'll try to bunt him to third with nobody out. It's Riley White. First pitch to him. White. It goes to the backstop. So the job is done. White did not show bunt on that pitch, so we'll never know if he was going to bunt for sure. However, Chapman unloads one to the backstop that got by to the right side of the catcher, A.J. Young. I think they may have gotten crossed up on that fastball. Young never had a shot. So now no outs, Kruger at third.
Now even a better opportunity for the Wolverines to score with nobody out and the runner on third. Lots of ways you can push a runner home from there.
Infield comes in as a fastball misses high and away. Now it's 2 balls, no strikes. Chapman does have relief if he needs it. Should Bill Kenneberg decide to go to the pen, we have a lefty and a right-hander warming up down that right field line in the bullpen. 2-0 pitch to White coming. That one swung on. This will get a run home. Hit deep to right center field. Still going back is Smith. Smith will make the catch. Slamming against the ball, and he dropped the baseball. Heading to second and staying put there is White. Weiler Smith out there in center field almost made a sensational grab. He banged up against the 388 marker where that green fence meets the Rockstar advertisement. And it looked like he had it basket style over his shoulder, banging up against the wall, though the ball came loose, landed on the warning track, and it's a base hit for Riley White, an RBI double. 8-5, the Wolverines lead.
Jordan, you know what? They did put up an error on the scoreboard here, so I believe it was a tough play for Weiler Smith, but it looked like he was there. As you described it, it was a tough play up against the fence, but it looked like he had it in his glove, and then I think it popped out when he hit up against the wall. So that right now they have scored an E8. Run came in to score. Will be an RBI on the play for White, but just a hard hit ball by White gets the run in. The Wolverines lead 8-5, and White's on second base.
I'll tell you, I've always had a problem with giving an error on that, although I do. You explain it well, James. It is the correct call. Swing and a miss here. Ball scampers away just to the left of the catcher. Young has it, and back to second is White with still nobody out. Brinkerhoff at the plate, 0-1 to him. He had to go such a long way to get there as he was playing in left center field, where he was kind of pretty much straight away, I guess, but he had to go so far, it seemed, and to get there and make the catch, we would have described it as a brilliant play. But to get there when it hits your glove, that's not a rule in the scorebook, but that is how many people believe it to be. If it hits your glove, then it's an error. That's obviously not true, but the official scorer decided that he did, as you mentioned, James, had enough time once he was there to make the grab, and he didn't do so. 0-1 pitch, grounded to the left side. Playing it to his left is Hunt. He comes up with it. The shortstop throws out Craig Brinkerhoff, to the dismay of some fans down below. And there is one away in the inning. Not all hope is lost. Young Wolverine fans, as we only have one out here in the 7th inning. One run already in, 8-5. Utah Valley leads Utah.
That's the first time Brinkerhoff's been retired in a while. He flew out back in the 2nd inning. He homered in the 4th and had an RBI single in the 6th, and here he grounds out. So he's 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Brinkerhoff's had himself a ball game.
So here's Bogdan, who got a bunt down last inning, but ended up reaching first base on a 1-5 fielder's choice. Ball misses up high to him, 1-0. The pitcher, go ahead, James.
Oh, I apologize. I'm looking back at that play we were talking about, Riley White, that they scored an error. He did get an RBI on the play, but he also picked up a sacrifice fly. So the official, so it won't hurt him, is what I'm looking at. That the official score determined how deep it was. He would have got a sacrifice fly and an RBI for sure. So, I mean, the error won't hurt him there. It will go down as a sacrifice fly as well.
Yeah, that ball was very well hit.
It would have driven him the run for sure.
Easily. He hit it 387 feet, right in front of that 388 marker in right center field. Here comes the pitch to Bogdan. Swung on, fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-1. Bogdan, back in the 4th inning, singled a little infield hit, and he came around to score in that inning. It's been a seesaw of a game here in Orem. As James mentioned it, the Utes went up 2-0 right in the top of the 1st. And then the Wolverines had a 4-run 4th, going up 4-2. Utes answer with a run in the 5th and 2 runs in the 6th. The Wolverines then now have one more. It's 8-5. From the stretch, Chapman taking his time. He throws fastball, gets away from the catcher, heading to third easily. Reading that baseball is Riley White. And that's another huge 90 feet with only one out. Now Bogdan does not have to get a hit to score the run. That ball in the dirt. It caromed off the chest of A.J. Young. And to his right, and just far enough out of the batter's area onto that grass over there, White was able to advance from 2nd to 3rd. So a man on 3rd, one out. Infield comes in. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch swung on. This one lifted into shallow center field. No one's going to get there. That's no man's land. Coming in to score from 3rd is Riley White. In there with an RBI single is Grayson Bogdan. And there's nothing you can really do about that if you're Utah. You brought the infield in. Bogdan got jammed. Had the second baseman, Cody Davis, been playing a normal depth, he may have had a play on that ball. We'll never be able to say for sure, though. So Bogdan drives in the run. It's 9-5, UVU.
We've seen the Wolverines pick up a number of kind of blue pit RBIs and definitely take it with the Ute outfielders playing deep with that wind whipping out the straightaway center field. They have to play deep, and Wolverines have made him play with a couple of shallow hits.
Bogdan takes off on the first pitch. That one's blasted high, but in the ballpark in left field. Making the catch a step in front of the warning track is Hunter Simmons. Heading back to first is Bogdan. He had so much time after the steal he could get back easily, and there are 2 away now for Cam Zollinger. Sorry, I interrupted you there, James. That ball was hit. That's a major league fly. Had the wind's blowing out towards center field. Had the wind been blowing at all, like it has been tonight towards left field, that ball would have been certainly gone.
Yeah, it really, it was popped up a mile high out to left field. Simmons made
off the basket of Zach Celeste.
Simmons made a nice play on it there to get the out, and they're 2 away now.
So here is Zollinger, the pitch to him. Swung on, this one a line drive to center. Going back is Smith. Smith now has it, reaching up at the last minute, extending that left arm, the glove hand, all the way into the air and making the grab. Smith, the wind almost took it away from him again. So the Utes get out of it. They give up 2 runs, though, and a runner is stranded at first base. We head to the top of the 8th inning. The Wolverines lead 9-5. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on the Wolverine Sports Network.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters, where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online, at shaneco.com.
Game management is brought to you by the Les Olson Company. The difference between success and failure can come down to game management. Partner with the pros at Les Olson Company to manage all of your document needs. Managing the flow of information is vital to the success of any business. Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. More than paper and ink, more than hardware and technology, this is a partnership. Visit us online at lesolson.com. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Got to love David Locke on the commercial there, bringing us back out of break. He's got to have Ron Boone with him, though, Jordan. It would be much better if Booner's on that Les Olson Company commercial. Got to give a shout-out to Les Olson Company. Get Booner on there.
Yeah,
Booner.
I need some insight on Les Olson.
That's right. A new pitcher for Utah Valley. Fourth pitcher of the contest, Eric Olguin, will take the ball now. 6'1", 190-pound freshman right-hander out of Aurora, Colorado. Olguin on the season. He has a 0-0 win-loss record, 8.18 earned run average. It's his 14th appearance. He's pitched 11 innings, and opponents are batting just .244 off of Olguin.
He will face Rose, the left-handed hitter. First pitch, 88-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner, strike one. Talking about David Locke, other broadcasters, it reminded me of course, our good friend Hawk Harrelson of the Chicago White Sox, longtime broadcaster, actually played in the big leagues, but you know what he would have called those hits by a UVU in that last inning as a ball misses down low. It's 1-1. That's just a little duck snort out there. Blooper just got down there, James. Just a duck snort. That's what Ken would say if he were a Utah broadcaster. If he were us, he would say, "Boy, what a great piece of hitting there."
That's right.
Like you're putting it where fielders ain't there. Old Willie Keeler. It's just a great piece of hitting there from Bogdan. Oh, my goodness.
You can't forget about Hawk Harrelson. You can put it on the board. Yes, that's his famous call there for the home run chant.
Or if we can get a strikeout, his time now is taken as Rainier looks into the dugout. Not sure what time was taken by the catcher Rainier.
He was working on something with his wristband, kind of, I think, for the
wardrobe malfunction there. 1-1 pitch is looped into left field for a base hit in front of the left fielder, Sean Moish. So the Utes have a base runner here to start the 8th inning as they trail by 4.
A nice piece of hitting there from the right fielder, Josh
What are you
Rose.
talking? That's just a duck snort there, James. I mean, he barely got even any bat on it.
Went the other way with it, and just one hopped it out into left field for the leadoff single for the Utes.
So Olguin wants a new baseball. And here comes the right-handed hitting Corey Hunt. This is Hunt's, I believe, first at bat of the ball game after he came in as a defensive replacement back in the 6th inning. So Corey Hunt is only hitting 175 this season. He's at 126 at bats. Looking to come through, start a rally here for the Utes. The pitch to him, fastball chopped to the third base side. Backhanding it off the mound is Olguin. Throw to first, he got him. Wow. Eric Olguin, came pouncing off the pitcher's mound to his right, backhanded the chopper, and then threw across his body a perfect throw to get his man. That may have been a much easier play had he let just Zach Slesk field it, coming in from third. But Eric says, I'll take care of it. And there is one away as the runner from first, Josh Rose, advances to second.
Yeah, I think Slesk was surprised that Olguin kind of came in front of him and made the play, but what a play it was. As Olguin, as you said, Jordan, was able to backhand and plant his feet, make a very strong throw over to White at first base for the out.
So here, top of the order for Utah, it's Cody Scageri. Scageri, 3 for 4 tonight, 3 singles, a run scored. He swings and fouls this one back to the rooftop, and that's one that snuck through the rooftop where the net, reaches, and there's just maybe a 2 or 3 foot space between there for fans behind home plate to get a souvenir. No balls, 1 strike the count to the right-handed hitting. Well, he's the third baseman now. He started the game at short. 0-1 pitch. That one, check swing outside. He went around, says home plate umpire Blake Jensen, and it's quickly 0-2 to Scageri. I say Scagari. I've been calling games with Scagari playing now for how many years, and I mispronounce his name. Scagari, a sophomore. It seems like he's been around for longer than that. No balls, 2 strikes. Olguin throws. Swung on, line drive, base hit, right field, right in front of White. He'll one-hop it. Heading to third on the play is Rose. Cutting it off is Zollinger, the shortstop, and the Utes have something going here in the 8th inning. 2 men on, 1 man out now for Cody Davis.
Yeah, the Wolverines have a little bit of cushion as they were able to score a couple of insurance runs in the bottom half of the 7th. They lead 9-5. As you said, Jordan, Utah threatening here. Runners on the corners, just 1 out. And they still have 5 offensive outs remaining here as we're in the 8th with 1 man gone, down 9-5.
I believe it's Chad Michaud. I could be wrong, throwing in the pen right now for the Wolverines. Now runners on the corners, short lead by Skajari at first. The pitch, that one a line drive right field, base hit. That'll score 1 run. Coming to his left, fielding it is Brinkerhoff. He'll relay it in. Going first to third. The throw into third is way up the line. Having it is Sless. He'll throw home down there. Never had a shot. Now the runner will head to third. So 2 runs coming to score after a terrible throw from Brinkerhoff that overthrew everybody. And it's 9-8 now. Or is it 9-7? 2 runs came in there. 9-7. I beg your pardon. And here comes Dave Carter, the pitching coach, to just calm things down. Base hits being given up by Olguin, but the defense for the Wolverines just shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, not a wise decision there by Brinkerhoff. He came in charging, tried to fire over all the way to third base, and hard from the way he was running there to kind of stop, plant his feet, and throw to third. And he threw it way up the line, out towards shallow left field. It was a fine job by Zach Slusk, actually, the third baseman, to get back there and stop that ball. He was so far into foul territory and shallow left that he had to try to fire home.
Yeah, he was
out. Couldn't get the runner at home as he was out so deep.
He was out there near the bullpen home plate out there. The ball went so far up that third base line into left field, and now we're going to have a pitching change. So I believe it'll be Chad Michaud coming on for, well, maybe not. That's him down in the pen. So
yeah, it looks like Torrey Ulibarri to me, a left-hander, but we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. We'll take a quick break here on the Wolverine Sports Network. The Wolverines lead 9-7, though. The Utes threatening here in the 8th.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs meatball stuff.
King of the meatballs. That's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder Firehouse meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse meatball sub. Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take one bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen. Hey, UVU fans. What would you say if I told you you could stay in one of Utah Valley's pristine hotels for free? Well, guess what? You can. By signing up for La Quinta Returns, you can earn free nights at La Quinta. Stop by one of our many locations or visit us at lq.com. That's lq.com. Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
The pitching change has been made for Utah Valley once again, and it's the left-hander, senior out of Salt Lake City East High School, Torrey Ulibarri. Ulibarri, big situation for him, coming in to face a heart of the order for the Utes. A couple of left-handers due up. Ulibarri's called upon to come in on the season for him. 0-0 win-loss record, 5.06 ERA. It's his 8th appearance. He's just pitched just 5 1/3 innings of work. And he's called on here to shut down the heart of the order for Utah as the Utes have tacked on 2 runs here. And it's a 9-7 game. Wolverines up just 2, and Utah has a runner on third base.
Wild stuff here in Orem. Not a sharp played game by any means. 3 errors on both sides. First pitch from Ulibarri in there for a strike. It's 0-1. At the plate, it is Max Schumann, the designated hitter. In his last at-bat, he had a 1-run double with a questionable call at second base. It looked like he had been thrown out, but he was called safe by I believe the third base umpire at the time, or the second base umpire, Jared Ferrings. The pitch, that one swung on and line foul. That went up. Caroms off a pull there in Section 8 behind the UVU dugout and back into the grandstand. 0-2, though, here on Schumann. A man at third base, that is Davis, who singled and then reached on a throwing error from Brinkerhoff in right field. It was quite a throw all the way across the diamond and near the UVU bullpen where Zach Slesk finally got to it, the third baseman. So the Utes don't need a hit here to score a run. 0-2, though, the pitch. Up high. Fastball misses, and it's 1-2. That's right, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. TJ Bennett, the left-handed hitter, waiting on deck. The 3-man up there for the Utes right now. They trail 9-7. Tying run at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from the lefty. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. The run will come in to score. Solinger throws to first for the putout, but it's 9-8. 1-run game, and they're 2 away. Base is empty for TJ Bennett. So a nice job by Max Schumann just to get the run home. And here comes Bennett.
Yeah, Schumann, I'm sure, well aware that the infield was playing back for Utah Valley there. Just hit a ground ball past Ulibarri. He tried to field it, did the Wolverine reliever. Couldn't get to it. It got to the shortstop, Zollinger, and Zollinger's only play was to first base. His run comes home, and as you said, Jordan, it's now 9-8 is our score.
Yeah, had Ulibarri been able to get that ball, it would have been not just a terrific play, but it would have held the run at third. But not so. Ulibarri, the lefty, comes set at the waist. The pitch, that one swung on, popped up. Shallow center field, the wind taking it out, though. Now Jordy Hart moving way to his left will make the grab, reaching across his body after the wind just playing with that baseball, playing with the minds of both defenses tonight. Inning is over, though. The Utes put 3 up, though. They only trail by 1. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning as the Wolverines lead 9-8. You're listening to Utah Valley Baseball on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, Wolverine fans, this is UVU President Matthew Holland, and I would like to personally invite you to join the Wolverine Club. The Wolverine Club coordinates social activities, pays tribute to student-athletes, and honors alumni and friends who provide support to the athletic program. Donated contributions provide academic and athletic opportunities for over 300 Utah Valley University student-athletes annually. There are many benefits for Wolverine Club members, including courtside seating, club luncheons, dinners, and much, much more. Be a Wolverine, support scholarships, and join the Wolverine Club.
UVU fans love their athletics. But did you know that they love to stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites across the street from UVU? Yes, that's right. With La Quinta's Bright Side Breakfast, free wireless internet, workout rooms, heated indoor pool and spa, great rooms, and friendly staff, what's not to love? Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
Game management is brought to you by Les Olson Company. The difference between success and failure can come down to game management. Partner with the pros at Les Olson Company to manage all of your document needs. Managing the flow of information is vital to the success of any business. Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. More than paper and ink, more than hardware and technology, this is a partnership. Visit us online at lesolson.com or any of our 7 locations. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
Head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 9-8's our score. Utah Valley on top. New pitcher for the University of Utah. It's the closer, Nick Green, senior out of Cottonwood High School out of Holiday. Nick Green, 6 saves on the season, 2.94 earned run average, 1-3 win-loss record. His 18th appearance, which leads the Utes. Opponents hitting just .203 off of it.
Top of the order for Utah Valley. Jordy Hart, the right-handed hitter, will take a first pitch called strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. So, as you mentioned, James, a 6'3", 195-pound closer in for the Utes, the senior. Pitch to Hart. Takes it low and away, 1-1. A nice take there from Jordy. Ball had some movement on it. Jordy tonight is 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and an RBI. It always cracks me up as another Dust Devil kind of gets started here around the infield and blows away that wind gusting out towards center field. 1-1 pitch, down and in, 2-1, another fastball at 88. It always cracks me up when in these games, and not to say Bill Kinneberg said this at all coming up. He did not say this. He said we got to win this midweek game to get momentum going into the weekend. But you always get a feel from whether it's BYU or UVU or Utah, they always come up with an excuse just in talking to the media. 2-1 pitch on the way up high, and it's 3-1. they always come up. It seems like in past years they've come up with, well, it's not a big game. We got conference play this week, and then they try to downplay it. They always do, but it always cracks me up when you see, and it's happened with every team in Utah, with UVU, with Utah and BYU. They pull out all the stops, it seems, when it really comes down to it. They want to win these games. As a ball, I beg your pardon, is foul tipped and back to the screen, and the count is full to Hart.
Yeah, and I can remember 2 years ago, Jordan, when Utah Valley had just that fantastic ball club, had a 32-game winning streak towards the end of the year. The Wolverines hosted Utah here, a midweek non-conference game. Didn't mean much for the Utes. Utah pulled out all the stops and snapped the streak. I think they won a marathon game.
3-2 pitch is swung on and missed, but it gets by the catcher. Goes to the backstop. Jordy Hart will reach. So, a huge break for the Wolverines, who would like an insurance run. Hart, that will go down as a K for Green, however. No out. And Jordy Hart is on first base.
That goes down as a strikeout swinging, and Hart reaches on a wild pitch. Tailed low and inside, got away from Young, the catcher.
So here is Seth Rainier. Yeah, I remember that game a couple years ago where Utah broke that streak. It was either a sellout here at Brent Brown or close to it. Kalunky came up with trailing in the ninth of that ball game, and he got a base hit. However, the Wolverines came up empty. Throw over to first base. Hart back in standing. But the Utes did. They brought in their big-time closer, Wagner. I remember that. And he got the save.
I want to say the score was something like 14-12. It was some crazy
I'll tell you one thing.
Game.
The one thing I remember about that game specifically, here's the pitch. Rainier shows bunt. He bunts it foul down the first base line, 0-1 to him. I remember after the final out, the Utah bench, or dugout, you could say, everybody jumped over the railing and came out as if they had won the World Series. It was that kind of atmosphere that night.
11-10 was the score. I was wrong, but it was 11-10.
I remember that. The final out by Wagner, I believe he struck somebody out, and the whole Utah bench, they exploded, and with good reason. They had snapped UVU's 36, was it, game one?
32.
32, excuse me. So now a throw over to first. It's still no balls, one strike to the hitter, Seth Rainier. Tonight, Rainier has struck out twice and hit into a double play. Also was robbed back in the first inning by Biss Larson at third base, a line drive that Biss dove for and made a spectacular catch. Seth Rainier 0 for 5. That one swung and hit deep and out, but well foul over the Western Athletic Conference pennants or I should say flags really, that adorn the fence there in foul territory, the top of the wall. The wall in left field, it's a 10-foot wall and then an extension of about 4 feet of chain link. No balls, 2 strikes the count to Rainier. Nobody out, a man on for the Wolverines here in the 8th inning. UVU leads Utah 9-8. The lefty Green comes set. He throws. Fastball away. 1-2. Good 0-2 pitch there from Green. So a cool night here in Orem. Wind blowing out. 46 degrees right now out there.
What was it, 68 game time temperature? It's really cool.
Dropped a bit. 1-2, swung on and hit high, very high. That one, the wind's going to take it into shallow left field, giving chase to the shortstop. Pulling him off and dropping the ball is Simmons. Heading to second is Hart. He'll reach. My goodness. Just what will happen next? A ball that was hit very, very high. It almost looked, just a swing. If you've ever seen an uppercut, Rainier pulled one off there. That ball hit very, very high. They're going to give the error to the left fielder, Hunter Simmons. As he called off, it looked like at the last minute, Corey Hunt, the shortstop, and then Simmons lost the ball. Then it fell to the grass. Yeah. So 2 men on, nobody out for Sean Moish.
Looked like the Utes were lucky there not to have a collision as Hunt was going out. Simmons, the left fielder, coming in. It looked like Simmons did calm off the last incident, looked to be there, and I think it kind of just went right through his glove. He dropped it. I don't know if he took his eye off it or what. Was maybe anticipating a collision there from his teammate, but It is an E7. Runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th.
So the switch hitter Moish will hit from the right side, and he's going to show bunt early with men on first and second. The corner's in on the grass. The pitch. He pulls back the bunt, called strike, right there at 86. One strike to count to Moish. Moish tonight 0 for 3 with a walk back in the 4th. And now time is taken, and the catcher, A.J. Young, will step out and give some signals to his defense, letting them know what play is on. Should the first baseman, it depends where Moish really bunts the ball. If he bunts it down the third base line, the shortstop may come and try to cover third if they want to get the force out there. If he bunts it down the first base line, the will play will be on, and the second baseman will cover first as Bennett will charge it from first base. Hart on second base. Seth Rainier at first after the error. No outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 9-8, Wolverines leading. The pitch to Moish. He takes one down low, and it's 1-1. Never showing bunt there was Sean Moish.
Yeah, the Wolverines would definitely love to get an insurance run or two here, especially with nobody out, bottom of the 8th, up just 9-8. I mean, we've had plenty of scoring. This game's really gone back and forth, so Utah Valley would definitely love to get some insurance runs on the board, especially with the heart of the order up right now.
Resting that right glove hand on his right hip. Nick Green now comes set at the belt. The lefty checks Jordy at second, now throws. Breaking ball. Oh, called for a strike, and it must have caught the just very front edge of the plate as a swooping breaking ball came across there to Moish, and it's 1-2.
I'm not sure what A.J. Young was doing there, the Ute catcher. He kind of stepped up, almost anticipating a pitch out, it looked like. He kind of stood up, put his glove out, and then had to step back and reach way in as the curveball swept in the inside part of the plate.
I think you're right, James. I think he got crossed up, and he was lucky they threw a curveball and not a fastball inside, or that one would have been to the backstop. 1-2 pitch. Fastball. That one missed somewhere. It's 2-2. That looked pretty good right there on the outside corner, maybe just above the belt to Moish. But Blake Jensen, we mentioned so far this night, he's been very good behind home plate of consistent strike zone. Bill Kinneberg had issue with him back in the 6th inning, I believe, or rather the 7th, excuse me. No, actually it was the 6th inning, as I go back and forth in my head, when an obstruction call Bill thought should have been called. Line drive, right field, base hit. It's down the line into foul territory. 1 run will score. Here comes Seth Rainier around third. The throw in. It's not close. Rainier will score standing as they cut the ball off, and the Wolverines take an 11-8 lead. An RBI double for the senior, Sean Moish. How about that? Moish came up there ready to bunt, took a few pitches, and then just lined one down the right field line and cleared the bases. So Sean Moish comes through big time. The switch hitter against the Ute closer, Nick Green. 2 runs in, 11-8. The Wolverines lead it still, nobody out. Man at second base for Kruger.
Yeah, you got to love Moish being able to go to the opposite field there with that line drive down the first base line all the way into the right field corner. Gave Rose some troubles up against the wall there in foul territory. 2 runs come in to score, and Utah Valley has the insurance runs they wanted, and maybe looking for more here with Moish in scoring position as he's on second base with that 2 RBI double. And the cleanup man, Mark Kruger, at the plate.
We'll see what they do with Kruger. Kruger absolutely scorched one in his last at bat. He tripled and then came in to score that inning. The pitch to him, he swings away and fouls one. Tops one foul towards the Ute on-deck circle over there on the first base side. And that answered my question. I was wondering, well, do you have Kruger bunt here and put a man on third with nobody out? But no. Let Mark just swing the baseball bat. He's had a rough stretch lately, and he's really kind of come out of it tonight a bit with a triple and a walk. The lefty on lefty matchup here. No balls, 1 strike. Moish bouncing and dancing off second base. Ball in the dirt. Nice stop by A.J. Young sliding to his left. And the count's even at 1-1. So the outfield playing about as deep as you can play. Maybe 5 feet in front of the warning track and right. A few steps in center and a few steps in left field. Everybody back there near the track. The wind blowing out toward right center. Gusting. 1-1 pitch. Ball misses away. Off the plate, it's 2-1 to Mark Kruger. I don't know what kind of pitch that was. Nick Green is eluding the radar gun on some pitches here. fooling the machine. He did not fool Sean Moish, who lined one down the right field line. 2 runs came in to score. It's 11-8, the Wolverines lead now. Bottom of the 8th inning. Now, a lot of time being taken, and Green wants to run through the signals once again. It'll be Kruger. Riley White, the switch hitter, waits on deck. Lefty and a righty getting warm in the Ute pen. 2-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner, says Blake Jensen. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kruger.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch that time.
That was a great pitch.
By Green, just kind of bending around and catching that outside corner.
That's a pitch is very hard to hit, and right there on the outside. Green hides that ball behind his left hip, exhales. Now comes set. Delayed kick, he throws 2-2s, chops foul. The Utah Utes, after this ballgame, will host Nevada. They'll come in for a rare non-conference series. They will play 3 games this weekend.
It's 4,
isn't it? 4, I
it?
believe. Yeah, doubleheader there on Saturday. So a 4-game set with Nevada up at Smith's Ballpark this weekend for the Utes. UVU, of course, will host Northern Colorado. All those ball games will be broadcast here on WolverineGreen.com. Then next Tuesday, as the 2-2 pitch comes to Kruger, takes a ball just off the plate, outside again, that pitch. Just missing from Green, the count 3-2. Next Tuesday, Utah Valley will host Brigham Young. That game will be here on 960 The Zone, as well as, of course, always on WolverineGreen.com. So come out to the ballpark this weekend. Plenty of good seats available, and still good seats available for the BYU game, which should be fun and should sell out. So come to the ballpark, a fun atmosphere. 3-2 pitch, lined into left field, base hit. Boyce is going to round third. He's going to hold up there. Caught now. Ball gets away from the left fielder. He dropped it. Boyce will come to score. Going into second safely is Kruger head first. In fact, tripping and slipping himself on the play was the first base umpire, Blake Jensen. Everyone's slipping and falling. The Wolverines lead at 12-8. So it'll be an error, again, an E7, the second of the inning for Hunter Simmons, having a very tough time out there in left. He came in, fielded the ball. Dave Carter, the third base coach for the Wolverines, had the stop sign up. As soon as he saw Simmons drop the baseball for an inexplicable reason, he couldn't make the exchange, I guess, from the glove to the hand. He sent Moish, and he easily scored. So a break again, and 4 errors on the night for the Utes. So here's Riley White, switch hitter from the right side. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 0-1 to him. Still nobody out in this inning.
Jordan, I think that should be the 5th error on Utah. I think they haven't put it up yet, but that's got to be scored. As you said, the runner was stopped. And I look at the live stats, and that is their 5th error. They just don't have it up. Oh, they did just put it up here on the scoreboard. But
yeah, it'll be a single but no RBI for Kruger.
As the run came in on the fielding error out there in left field by Simmons.
Wow. The pitch misses up high. Now it's 1-1. So if you're the Utes, you have to be extremely frustrated. You bring in your closer, Nick Green, trailing by 1 in the 9th, just trying to maintain that, because scoring runs with the wind and who knows what else is going on here all night has not been just out of the question. A 1-run lead in the 9th would have been worrisome if you're UVU. Instead, they have a 4-run lead now and nobody out with a man on second. 1-1 pitch. That one, check swing. Did he go around? He did. Says home plate umpire on a ball that was down in the dirt. A wicked pitch there from Nick Green, and it's 1-2 to White. A.J. Young doing a splendid job behind home plate, getting to these baseballs that are down and in the dirt and sliding to them laterally. So Kruger with a short lead at second. The defense straight away for the University of Utah. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Now time taken. Now we're ready. Green delivers. 1-2, swung on and missed. A foul tip into the glove of A.J. Young. A fastball in the outside corner. Riley White couldn't catch up to it. 1 out in the inning, and here's Craig Brinkerhoff.
That's just the first out in the inning here at the bottom of the 8th, Jordan. Wolverines, they've already put up 3 runs on the board.
second strikeout of the inning, we should note, for Jordy
right.
Hart, or for Nick Green. He struck out Jordy Hart to begin the inning. The ball got past A.J. Young, however, and Jordy reached first base, and that's when all the trouble began.
They've also had a couple of defensive errors as well in the inning, and so Utah Valley's really capitalized, scored 3 runs so far, and still it's 1 out. Got Craig Brinkerhoff, who's had himself a ball game at the plate right now.
Pitch to Brinkerhoff. Swung on, check swing. He wanted to go around, and he did. Strike 1. It was a fastball that kind of handcuffed him. He started as if he were swinging for the fences, then just abruptly held up as he saw that ball bearing in on his hands. But a strike to him. He went around, and now time is taken as the ball gets away from the Utah bullpen.
Yeah, Craig Brinkerhoff, the Wolverine batter, sophomore right fielder, hitting .283 on the season, 2 for 4 tonight with a 2-run home run and an RBI single. He has 3 runs batted in. So he's had a great game offensively for the Wolverines.
0-1 pitch coming to Brinkerhoff. Open stance from the right side. Now another one. Gets him in on the hands. A ball up and in. He didn't go around this time, though he started to offer at it. Time now is taken again at home plate. A.J. Young into the squat. Will give the signs now. Brinkerhoff waves that bat out in front of home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, a man on, a man out. Top of the 9th inning. Green taking his time. Wind blowing out toward right field. Kruger at second. The pitch. Swing, and a ball that did not tip. It was a swing and a miss. Gets past Young. Rolling toward the backstop. Advancing on what they make. I'm not sure they'll rule that a wild pitch or a passed ball. The ball was really... probably a passed ball, I would say.
Yeah, I think Young might have just dropped that one. I thought, watching it live, it looked like a foul tip is the way Young kind of misplayed it, but I think it kind of popped out of his glove and away from him. It probably should be a pass ball. As Kruger advance from second to third, and they do score a pass ball.
So with 1 out, that's a big 90 feet. It'll bring the Ute infield in with the count 1-2. Brinkerhoff does not need a hit now to drive a man home. Swing and a chopper to the shortstop. This will keep Kruger at third. Throw to first base in the dirt. It is picked, and he's out. A nice play by Corey Hunt at shortstop to get to the baseball, playing in on the edge of the grass as that ball was hit on a bounce to his right. And then a great play at first base by T.J. Bennett to pick that one out of the dirt. And here's Bogdan with a man on and 2 down.
Yeah, nice play all the way around. As you said, Jordan, Corey Hunt, diving stop, getting to his feet, throws it in the dirt over to first, but Bennett, first baseman, picked him up with a nice scoop over there. He recorded the out, and Kruger was frozen as he stayed put at third as the ball was knocked down in the infield.
So here's the right-handed hitting Bogdan with 2 down, a man at third. Nick Green, the lefty throws. Swung on and hit well into left field. Going back is Simmons on the track and making the grab. So Bogdan hit it well, but right at Simmons, playing very deep, and the inning is over. UVU needs just 3 outs to put this one in the books. They lead 12-8 as we head to the 9th on your Wolverine Green Sports Network.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meatballs anywhere. Firehouse Subs Meatball Sub.
King of the meatballs. That's for sure.
Without equal.
Well, technically, the Firehouse Meatball does have an equal. The Firehouse Meatball sub you eat today is just as amazing as the one you'll eat next week and every week after that.
So basically, they're co-rulers. Is that what you're saying?
I'll put it this way. Nothing compares. And no wonder. Firehouse Meatballs are specially blended with premium ground beef and pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, and Italian spices. And the crown? Our zesty marinara plus melty Wisconsin provolone. And the throne, please? Our perfectly toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's the classic Firehouse Meatball sub. Guaranteed to be the best meatballs you've had anywhere. Try it today, only at Firehouse Subs. Take one bite. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and FirehouseSubs.com.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen. Hey, UVU fans. What would you say if I told you you could stay in one of Utah Valley's pristine hotels for free? Well, guess what? You can. By signing up for La Quinta Returns, you can earn free nights at La Quinta.
Stop by one of our many locations or visit us at lq.com. That's lq.com. Be a true UVU fan and stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Orem.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
We're back here in the ninth. Wolverines trail 12-8. Jordan Bianucci alongside James Warnick. A pleasure to have you with us this evening as this ball game about 3 hours and 20 minutes old now as the Utes will come up in the top of the ninth, trailing by 4 runs. In to pitch for UVU, it'll be Chad Michaud. Michaud, the right-hander, will face Weiler Smith, Hunter Simmons, and A.J. Young, 5'6'7", unless we see a pinch hitter somewhere in there.
Michaud has been one of the Wolverine closers on the season, has 3 saves so far this year, 2-1 win-loss record, 9.95 ERA, pitched 12 2/3 innings of work, and he's on here for Utah Valley. It's not a save situation, however, as the Wolverines have a 4-run cushion as they lead 12-8 as we start the ninth.
First pitch to Smith, little check swing foul ball on his hands. 93 clocked from Michaud, and it's 0-1. Michaud, interesting here. Seth Rainier getting the start, of course, behind home plate. Colby Croft was injured in a ball game in Sacramento, a foul tip off his knee. So he is dressed tonight. However, talking to him before the ball game, I'm not sure he'd be able to catch this late, or in this ball game. Fastball misses down and in. It's 1-1. So Michaud is the only other catcher on the ball club. And so should Michaud come out of this game after giving up some runs or something like that, that would be a problem. Should Rainier then go down? Of course, we're speculating a lot down the line, but there is no more catchers on the bench if you're UVU. Ball misses down in the dirt. It's 2-1 unless Croft, who is dressed, decides that he's good to go. And in that case,
I'm trying to think, Jordan, if the Wolverines have another emergency catcher. A lot of teams,
that's true. At home, they do have more guys. On the road, I remember we did not have another guy when, of course, Rainier was in there. We had Michaud, but yeah, at home that's a good point. 2 balls, 1 strike to Young. The pitch to him. That one swung on and hit into right center field. Jordy Hart racing over. He will make the one-handed grab in fairly deep right center field. There's one away. So here comes Hunter Simmons. Simmons has had a pretty good ball game. A single and 2 walks. He's 1 for 2. He lined out in the 7th inning. Hitting from the right side. He waits. UVU trying to even this in-state rivalry series at 1. That one swung on, hit very well in left center field. Jordy on his horse makes the grab.
Oh,
sliding onto the warning track in nearly the deepest part of the ballpark in front of the Hampton Inn and Suites sign out there. Goodness, Jordy Hart, a stellar defensive play in center field. If you are Hunter Simmons, you got to ask, what more do I have to do to get a base hit? That ball was crushed to that part of the road. Jordy Hart somehow got there. He flew there. My goodness.
And off the bat, I thought there was no way Jordy had a chance to catch that baseball. Deep left center. Jordy Hart on his horse, diving, sliding, made the catch.
And sliding as he made the grab. Gave himself a little more time going down. Here's the pitch to the right-handed hitting.
I believe it's a pinch hitter here, Jordan. It looks like it's Connor Armijo.
Yeah, Armijo takes a strike up high. It's last chance for the Utes. Nobody on, 2 out. The Wolverines leading 12-8. Michaud working from the windup. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. A beauty of a breaking ball from Michaud. Way out in front of it was Armijo. So, now a few of the fans will rise to their feet. I emphasize that, a few behind the dugout. 0-2 pitch. Now Michaud wants to run through the signs again. Missing just down low. Fastball at 92, and it's 1-2 to Armijo.
We talked about what a big crowd there was here earlier this evening. When the weather got colder, the wind got going, people kind of headed for the exit. So there's not too many here late in this ball game. You can hear a few of the fans cheering on the Wolverines.
1-2. Fastball just misses above the belt, and it's 2-2. Armijo on the season, he's at 105 at bats. He's hitting .248. He's struck out 25 times, however. Nobody on. 2-2 pitch coming. 12-8 in the ninth. Michaud throws. Foul back to the rooftop. And the count remains at 2-2. So Armijo battling here. Connor Armijo, the pinch hitter. Armijo, senior out of Corona, California, went to Santa Ana College, a transfer. Michaud on the mound, the 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit high into center field. Going back is hard. It's in the ballpark. He will settle under it and make the grab. And the ball game is over, and Utah Valley has won it. A midweek matchup with the University of Utah, and UVU takes care of business. They win, ultimately, by a score of 12-8. It was a wild one, James, as the teams will make their way to home plate after UVU shakes hands across the pitcher's mound, and then they'll shake hands near home plate. But now the 2014 series with the University of Utah is over. Each team getting one at their home ballpark. It would be fun to play more of these, but we only get two, and well, both games were fun in their own ways. Not a ton of runs scored up at the U this year, but a plenty of runs scored down here tonight.
Hey, you got to tip your cap to the Wolverines here tonight, Jordan. I mean, this game, Utah led early up 2-0 in the top of the first. The Wolverines then got their bats going in the fourth, took a 4-2 game and went back and forth. However, from there, the Utes took the lead. Utah Valley came back, and the Wolverines managed to put a couple insurance runs on the board late and hold their lead down the stretch as they win this one by a final score of 12-8. And that 500th victory, it eludes Coach Kinneberg for Utah tonight here. He's still searching for that. He'll try to get it this weekend at home against Nevada.
That's right. He falls to, I believe, 499 and 505 career for Bill Kinneberg, the Utah skipper. So we'll take a break here on the Wolverine Sports Network. We will be back with you with the Wolverine postgame show and hopefully have some guests up in the booth as well. So the final score here tonight, the Wolverines 12, the Utes 8. Stick around for the postgame here on your Wolverine Sports Network.
Stay ahead of the game. Know your opponent and understand your assets. Leveraging technology to manage the flow of information is key to the success of any business and organization. From multifunction copiers and printers to sophisticated software programs, Les Olson Company provides its partners with a full range of document management solutions backed by a veteran team of professionals. Rethink documents. Rethink information. Think Les Olson Company. Visit us online at lesolson.com or any of our 7 locations. Les Olson Company, your business empowered.
I'm Tom Shane, and you wouldn't buy a house just by looking at the real estate listing. You need to see the house to know its true condition. Likewise, you can't tell if a diamond has any sparkle just by looking at its lab certificate. Diamonds with the same lab grade have different amounts of sparkle depending both on their cut and where the inclusions are located inside the diamond. Most other jewelers buy their diamonds based on lab grade without seeing how much they sparkle. At Shane Company, we go to the diamond cutters where the diamonds are first sorted by grade, and then we hand-pick the diamonds with the most sparkle from within each grade. You'll see that Shane Company diamonds sparkle more than other jewelers' diamonds with the same lab grade.
Shane Company, direct diamond importers, at the corner of State Street and 7200 South. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sundays. Online at shaneco.com.
Now back to UVU baseball only on 960 The Zone.
UVU wins this one by a final of 12-8 over the Utes of the University of Utah. Jordan Bianucci back with you, and Eric Madsen kind enough to join us in the booth. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, coming off that series in Sacramento, such a different played ball game tonight. Playing in these kind of conditions, the wind had such a huge effect on a ton of different ways. How do you coach different? How do you coach in a game like this, and what do you tell your guys?
Well, you just got to play a little bit different with the wind. The first part of the game, it was blowing straight in, and we had a couple balls that were hit well enough to, I thought, maybe get out of the park and just knock down. But you know what? It's tough conditions, especially to pitch in. We knew it was going to be a run-producing night just because of the difficulty, and then especially when the wind flipped, we knew that was going to be it. Just kind of keep after it, keep going. It was good to see our guys. They pound the strike zone. I thought they did a good job. It was real exciting to watch them play. I mean, hey, you pitch in a game like this, and yeah, it's difficult, but man, we did a good job of competing.
How would you assess the at-bats that they're taking right now?
You know what? I thought we had some pretty good at-bats. One thing I liked about our guys is we didn't chase a lot. We seemed a little more patient, which we haven't been. It just, you know what, and we've had a tough year hitting, and some guys really responded. Some guys are working, and there's a little more freedom in there, and it's good to see.
Since the game on Saturday, how much of an effect have you seen that from that kind of momentum rolling over from Game 3 in Sacramento, where in the first two games, Wolverines couldn't score a run, and then they really broke out with 6 in Game 3. Do you see that? Do you see the momentum carrying from that over, or is this kind of just an isolated game and these guys went out there?
I think there's momentum. I mean, after the game we talked about, all we've talked about all year is just, hey, you've got to figure out a way. We talk, there's so much information given to guys. Now you just got to kind of get it done, and that was the thing. I think tonight they did a great job of fighting through that whole night. Tough conditions, and they did a great job.
Can you talk a little bit about Coach Craig Brinkerhoff? He's had some trouble at the plate recently, but man, he hit some balls hard tonight. He ended up going 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in.
Yeah, Craig's had a tough year, and just, you know, he's pressed so much. I thought he did a really good job tonight. The first ball that he hit leaves on any other night. It's a home run on any other night. And the ball that he drove, I mean, yeah, there's wind blowing, but that ball still gets out on a normal night. So it was exciting to see him he's worked extremely hard, and he's been frustrated, but it was good to see him have some success at the plate.
Well, Coach, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you this weekend in conference play.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. Thanks for joining us, Eric.
You got it.
That was Coach Eric Mattson of your Wolverines. They come away with the victory tonight by a final, again, 12-8. A look at the totals here. UVU, 12 runs on 13 hits, James, with 3 errors. 8 runs on 12 hits, 5 costly errors for the Utes.
Yeah, I think the errors really hurt, as you talked about. I mean, Utah had some critical errors here late in the game. Utah Valley took advantage, tacked on those insurance runs, and I mean, definitely helped as the Wolverines walk away victorious with the 12-8 victory over the in-state opponent over Utah here tonight.
We'll talk a little bit about coming into this weekend. Again, when you play in a conference where you're on the border of getting in and out of that tournament, every series is huge. So they'll have 3 games with the cellar-dwelling Northern Colorado this weekend. However, you can't take those games lightly. Northern Colorado beat Grand Canyon once over the weekend. So in your opinion, James, I guess you've seen a lot of UVU baseball in the past years. A game or a win over an in-state rival, I think, does that give you a lot of energy going into this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially against a team like the University of Utah in the Pac-12, in-state rival, just 40 minutes up the road there in Salt Lake City. I mean, the Wolverines, they love to play these big games. They definitely get up anytime you're playing Utah, you're playing BYU, and it's always fun. The fans come out, biggest crowd we've seen here by far this season here at Brent Brown Ballpark. And it's just a fun atmosphere, and I know it really motivates the guys. It really helps the team get going, and will help them look forward to this weekend against Northern Colorado, try to get those wins and try to keep things going as they'll face BYU here next Tuesday as well.
Well, we will have those games. We'll have that BYU game on Tuesday, I should mention, on 960 The Zone. So, and all of our games, of course, on WolverineGreen.com. James, any final thoughts? It was great doing a game with you. You got to come back sometime.
That's right. Yeah, I came out of retirement here with you tonight, Jordan. But no, it was fun. I appreciate you having me on the call. It was a good one. The Wolverines win it, and I mean, it kind of the marathon game went back and forth. The wind really played havoc tonight. I mean, that was kind of one of the storylines. Lots of errors. You'll see that looking in the error column. Utah with 5, the Wolverines with 3, but Utah Valley takes this one here tonight by the final score 12-8.
I'll tell you one thing before we sign off here. The weather, we get a post-game stat sheet. It says it was 73 degrees when we started this ball game. That may be true. I had it in the high 60s. Right now, we're hovering. Well, we're in the low 40s, hovering in the high 30s. So, temperature drop there. I've never seen a temperature drop that like that during a game. But once again, Utah loses tonight to Utah Valley, 12-8 the final. The Wolverines come away with the victory and even the series score with the Utes for 2014, 1-1. So the final time of this ball game was 3 hours and 26 minutes. It was a marathon, as you said, James. 1,543 souls came out and witnessed it, and the largest crowd up to this point this season for the Wolverines. The win goes to, and now here. It's been a long
This
game.
goes to Val Gardson,
It
picks
does.
up the win.
Kyle Valgardson does pick up the win. He pitched 1 inning. That's how baseball works sometimes. But he got him out. So, on Friday will be our next broadcast here on WolverineGreen.com. First pitch at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time will come on just before that. And we'll begin a 3-game series with Northern Colorado. So, for my broadcast partner, James Warnick, I'm Jordan Bianucci, saying so long tonight from Brent Brown Ballpark. The final, once again, Utah Valley wins it over the Utes, 12-8.
Captain Sorensen here for the guaranteed best meat.
All right, good job, guys.
Firehouse
Thanks,
Subs,
Patrick.
meatball
Patrick.
stuff.
Game to meatball. Thanks. Have a good night.
Is it going to be you next Tuesday again?
Next Tuesday, I'm not sure.
Okay, because I think we're scheduled on the radio against BYU next Tuesday.
Okay, I probably will. I've been doing Tuesdays a lot lately, so it's a good chance.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you. We'll talk to you later.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Okay, bye.
Pork, aged Parmesan cheese, toasted bread.